Warning. You are entering Open Lines Friday. For today anything goes. Thank you for your cooperation.
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gotta be biblical.
All right, this is King Butcher. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the Boxing Debate Arena. Open Lines Friday, anything goes. Everybody can join. Everybody should join. The link is in the description. The link is in the chat. And let's get this party started. Tomorrow we have a great fight, big fight, one of the biggest fights in a long time. You know, boxing fans, we know that this is a big fight. This is up there with... it's a unification fight. I'm trying to see. I mean, Usyk Fury was one of those, I guess. De La Hoya Trinidad unification for the welterweight. Actually, it wasn't. Anyways, yeah, it was for the to find out who was the best in the division. But this is one of those. Let's get this party started. Who do we have here? Ason, Wason, and PSK. Guys, welcome to the show.
Yo, what's up?
What's up? What's up? All right, let me just lower the volume here. All right, so guys, did you watch the Wayne? We had the Wayne, right? I think we did. Well,
yeah, we had a Wayne.
All right,
yeah, we did.
So what happened? I didn't see it. I didn't catch it.
It's pretty low key, to be fair.
All right.
Nothing exciting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing. I mean, these guys aren't talking trash anyway, so it's not one of those Waynes that I really want to see. And I know both guys were going to make weight, so now we're just waiting for the big fight. Did you guys give us your predictions?
I got R turn 8.
All right. Let me
I
write.
got, yes, go ahead. Sorry.
So Ason says Beterbiev in 8. What about you?
I got Bivol UD, but I think Bivol will drop Beterbiev in a fight as well.
Okay. Bivol.
That's retarded.
Oh, go ahead. Why is that retarded? Speak.
Because Beterbiev is a fucking beast. Bivol has great movement. But he's going to get caught. And that's just the way it is. You can't do the dance for 12 rounds and not get caught. So.
Did you see the video that I posted, the short? It was, in that Joseph, what's his name? Joseph Smith? No, Joe Smith. Yeah, Joe Smith fight where Bivol got caught twice, man. Round 4, round 10. And in round 10, he got staggered, man. So, it could happen.
That was a phenomenal vid. That was a phenomenal vid, BDA.
But Beterbiev's 39 coming off with a ruptured meniscus, right?
Go ahead.
He's 39 coming off a ruptured meniscus injury. He's not the same guy anymore.
Also, you could say he's been dropped before as well. People forget that, right? Beterbiev has been dropped. He got back up, but it's not like he's invincible. Go ahead.
Didn't
Bivol's cunt of a wife or ex-wife say that he's injured too?
Yeah, but Tommy Moxley does
Emotionally.
have injuries, right? Every boxer has
Emotionally.
injuries.
She said his hands are fucked up, which is corroborated by other sparring partners who say that he actually hits harder in sparring because he's got bigger gloves to protect the hands. But that when he actually
Yeah, but
fights,
PSK is talking like Beterbiev's gonna be walking in there with a walker or on a fucking wheelchair.
Mm.
Come on, man.
Well, we don't
Get
know.
real.
I mean, he's 40, like, well, 39, 40.
yeah, he's 40.
Yeah, 12 times undefeated, but everybody
He's
gets old.
He's a healthy 39. Had a really good rehab, like that. He's well rested. Like he looked pretty. Like he doesn't look like nothing's bothering him at that. Like like he looks decent to me. Like he looks the same.
I agree.
We'll see in the ring, right?
We'll see. We'll see.
That's how it works.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be like anything like Sergio Martinez, like how Sergio's knees were in that Cotto fight.
Hey, imagine we see that shit again. Oh no, please don't.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
I
You
like
never
it.
know because you know what? You never know because I was when the Martinez Cotto fight was about to happen, I was pretty sure Martinez was gonna Pacquiao him again because he had the same southpaw style, punches and bunches. I didn't think Cotto was gonna be able to handle it, and lo and behold, Cotto ended up dropping his ass. What was it? 5 times?
It's embarrassing. Yeah, it was pretty bad. By the way, just there's a lot of okay, Dark Hado, thank you for becoming a membership or being part of the membership program again, and he gifted a bunch of membership programs to Alfredo Contreras, Som Rando, Alfie Hickson, who else? Manos de Dinamita, and Gus. So thank you for your donations, Dark Hado. Really appreciate it, man.
Guts?
Gus.
Gus. Okay.
Well, yeah. All right, we have an army of membership programs now. How the fuck do we call these guys? Loyal members. We have an army of loyal members.
Shout out to Dark Hado for spreading the love, as they like to say. He's converting people. That's what he's doing. He's converting people to the true path of the Crimson Cross.
By the way, I missed that championship HBO championship boxing team.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either. Huh?
No, I say I miss it, man, because we don't have it anymore. What the fuck do we have? I don't even know what the zone music, what kind of music they play. It's not memorable. Let me tell you that, man. HBO it was memorable. A lot of nostalgia.
HBO was the pinnacle of boxing production. From the production to the professionalism of the announcers, you didn't see them, or you didn't hear them rather, referring to the fighters by their first name, like they knew each other, like what they did at the end there, like with Andre Ward, they just call him Dre. No, I think Andre is good. It's like for the good 30 years, it was the pinnacle of boxing broadcasting, and now you got Mannix and Sergio Mora going at it on the air. You got Sean Porter being completely biased towards the guy that kicked his ass a couple of years ago. So yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah,
Mr. BDA, did you see the banter between Eddie Hearn and it really just Eddie Hearn like really trying to unnerve Arthur? Like it was crazy. Like I was like, this guy's a cad, man.
Tell people what happened for those that don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He was just trying to say, like, he looks a little bit nervous. Like, he was just being pretentious, saying, he said, you look a little bit nervous over there, this little Brit accent, whatever. And Archer's just like, I'm fine, I'm cool. Like, he's just like, I'm fine. Like, it was like a good 2 minutes of really just Eddie Hearn just trying to unnerve him a little bit. Like, it was crazy. I was like, wow.
I think he called him arrogant, right?
Yeah, he called, there you go, Eric. There you go.
People pick their favorites sometimes, like between Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, or when Eddie Hearn goes at Bob Arum. They're all annoying, man. To me, I don't go like, oh, Eddie Hearn, man. Eddie Hearn does. I think he buys himself a lot of favor because he actually will talk to pretty much anybody. So he's very accessible. But at the end of the day, yeah, for a guy that's had a horrible year, he still has a lot of confidence.
He's like 8-0 against.
Trying to get.
Yeah, go ahead.
BDA. If I was banging Scott Nicholson, I would be acting like I'm the champion of the world too.
Oh, wait a minute. You cannot make those. No, you can't. You can't make those accusations ever. So, who's going to get us off the air?
If I was allegedly banging Scott Nicholson, I would also feel like champion of the world.
If I was
I second that, man. Word.
If I was in control of the soundboard right now, I'd be playing certain sounds non-stop. Butch doesn't have them. I think he's got a clean soundboard.
That would be
But Eddie Hearn, yeah. So he's got Bivol now, and again, he hasn't had a good year. Is he finally due for a win tomorrow?
Shit.
He didn't know.
I was on the fence for this one, but as we approach the big fight here, I'm going with Beterbiev now. I think,
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Smart man. Smart man.
I agree.
Fucking right.
All right, I'm Team Beterbiev here. Who's Team Bivol here? We have PSK, and I think that's pretty much it.
I'm Team Evil Bivol right now.
Oh yeah.
But I was watching I was watching both of their fights yesterday, like the last couple fights, and it just makes me lean towards Beterbiev again.
So you're okay. Holy shit.
It just seems like Beterbiev deals with that style easier than what Bivol can deal with anybody else's. Because whether the guy's like, when he fought Craig Richards, I was looking at that fight, right? And Bivol had like a fairly close fight. Not close, right? I mean, yeah, it was a decent fight,
competitive,
right?
Yeah.
He had a hard time in that. But I was thinking, what would Beterbiev do to this dude?
Right.
He would just walk through him.
That's true.
I don't know about triangle theory. I think Bivol fights better against better opposition. If you notice, the better fighters he's fought better. In my opinion.
Interesting.
Buddy, have you watched the fucking Joe Smith fight recently?
Yeah, bro, that was like what 7 years ago, 6 years ago.
Yeah, it don't fucking matter. Have you watched the fucking fight recently?
Triangle theory don't work. Just because fighter A beats fighter C doesn't mean fighter C beats fighter A. It doesn't work like
triangle theory.
I believe
he beat up Bivol twice in that fight.
Bro,
if that was Beterbiev on the opposite
UK
end,
bomb dropped Beterbiev. What's your point?
What?
You know, crazy.
What UK bum? What are you talking about?
Callum Johnson. Who has he ever beat? Tell me. Name his best win.
Beterbiev has been hurt by lesser fighters.
Exactly. So what's your point about Joe Smith? Yeah.
a lot of greats been hurt by lesser fighters. What's that saying?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can't do triangle theory just to prove a point. That's stupid.
But Callum Johnson is a puncher, though.
You could have said, before Beterbiev fought Joe Smith or Yardy, you could have said, oh man, hey, if Callum Johnson dropped him, imagine what these guys are gonna do. And they couldn't drop him.
Exactly. Yeah.
And this is like heavyweight, they're with a little bit of speed kind of. So I mean, so somebody getting dropped, that's boxing. That's just how but
Okay, but whose hand got raised at the end? PSK.
Yeah, but your point was Joe Smith got hurt. Bivol said so.
Bro.
So did Beterbiev.
Okay. Let's get back to brass tacks. How do you see Bivol winning this fucking fight? Why? What attributes do you see shining above fucking Beterbiev to get him the win?
The hand speed and the footwork.
In and out, footwork, judging range. I think Beterbiev will struggle quite in the distance as well because of his knee injury. That's another factor. I think Bivol's pacing of a fight as well. So there's loads of factors. I'm not saying Beterbiev is a bad fighter because I'm picking Bivol. I just think Bivol will win the fight.
Well, sir, this is the issue that Bivol, he's going to need hooks instead of throwing linear punches. Throwing straights and distance. There is going to come to a point in the fight where he's going. There's going to be a little bit of infighting, and that's where we'll see like if he added any wrinkles to his game. Beterbiev, it looks like he gets hit, but if you really miss him by inches, he's really really skilled. He's a throwback. Like a throwback type of guy. So, but Bivol's definitely going to have to have some type of left hook. Like his hooks are trash. Like even to the body, to the head. Like everything's just straight left or 1-2, 1-2. Like you're going to need more than that to beat Archer.
Well, I think his sharpshooting actually may be a factor as well because I think his 1-2-1 and step out will frustrate Beterbiev. Beterbiev isn't really known for being a straight puncher when he comes into the inside, and I think that's probably where Bivol's going to try to come in and out. Now, it's incumbent on Beterbiev to time him, and that's probably where Bivol will be in danger. But like I said, just because I'm picking Bivol doesn't mean Beterbiev is a bad fighter. I think it's just timing as well.
Well, it sort of does sound like you're shitting on Beterbiev. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, listen. One thing that I will say about all of this is that the reports are that the only thing Bivol switched up in this training camp was he's finally working with a strength and conditioning coach, which is unbelievable to me nowadays. But anyway, apparently that's what he said. So when I saw the Wayne pictures today, and I know we'll have to wait and see how they look tomorrow when they're rehydrated, but Bivol looked about as strong. he looked strong in there compared to Beterbiev. And that's the other thing. One of the fights that I missed, that I didn't really pay too much attention to in the build-up to this fight, but I just recently rewatched it yesterday, was the Beterbiev and Rico Quailing fight. Quailing is a bold crowd, and this guy was strong, and he had a good guard, and Beterbiev couldn't quite penetrate it, and it took him about till the 12th round, I believe, to finally stop him. And he wasn't even that impressive a stoppage. It was just, he wore him down, the guy dropped to a knee, and that's it. So I'm thinking, well, what if Bivol here comes in strong? What if he has a good guard, and all of a sudden Beterbiev can find an opening? Because don't get it twisted. Beterbiev is not like Golovkin that he'll go in there and swing. He needs to get at like the mid range, and then sometimes he'll sort of, like official scorecard said, he'll sort of paw with his hooks at the mid range to sort of manhandle people. But he's not, if you're on the ropes against him, he won't necessarily load up with big right hands or hooks the way Golovkin did. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'm starting. I've definitely thought since this fight was announced, this is 50-50 fight, man.
Hey BDA, can I address something though that you just said right now? And I want to get your thoughts on it. The one thing I did put out, and I was like, the one thing I don't like is the ceremonial wins. You said how we're going to see how they look rehydrated, but when they stepped on the scales, they were already pretty, not fully rehydrated, but they were, that was ceremonial. So that's the one thing I don't like, because I always try to see what guys look like on the scales, especially if it's a 50-50 fight. If one guy looks drained, then I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to lean towards this guy and put some money on this guy. So that's the one thing I don't like about ceremonial weigh-ins. I don't know what you think.
So wait. So is this confirmed that this is ceremonial?
Yeah, I mean they had clothes on, jewelry, hats. I mean, you can tell when they're not fully stripped down. I mean, that's just what I saw. It looked like a ceremonial weigh-in.
Okay, then. Well, that makes
I
even
agree.
more sense.
I agree.
Look at Bivol. Look at how strong. I don't know. Somebody LL posted the picture on the Discord here. Look at how strong Bivol looks. I mean, I know it's not a bodybuilding contest. That's just because one guy looks bigger doesn't mean he's gonna win. But he looks about as strong as it seems like he did pack on a little muscle, man. Maybe to sort of absorb some of what.
Okay, keep it in your pants, BDA.
Mr. BDA,
Okay,
do you see the?
First of all, I wasn't saying like, look at the bill, look at the. I didn't say that, man.
That's gypsy. That's gypsy boxing. 2000.
Yeah, I wanted to say though, BDA. I saw that same picture, and I thought that I was like, wow, Bivol looks fully hydrated here, and Beterbiev looks like he's still kind of cutting weight. Like he looked like he didn't look fully hydrated. He still looked like a little gaunt in the face. His beard looked a little scraggly. So yeah, I think Bivol is rehydrating better. I think we noticed the same thing. Is what I'm saying.
Do you guys notice their hand size? Like look at Bivol's hands and look at Archer's hands. Archer has some mitts, man. Like he can be a catcher with his bare hands. Like looks crazy.
See, that's how good this fight is, man. We're looking at their beards, we're looking at their fists, we're looking at their bulge. Like this is a 50-50 fight, bro. Like that's why. Whoa!
I mean, I did. Yeah.
We've seen both fighters hurt and drop. But the one thing I've seen more of Bivol like wobbled when he's hurt. When I saw Beterbiev drop, he was more of a flash knockdown. But Beterbiev is coming off a long layoff. He's older. That knee surgery ain't no joke, man. So I mean, how's that power going to be on that front knee? So there's a lot of factors, man. My heart says Beterbiev because I want those kind of fighters push the sport further because people like knockouts better. But my mind says Bivol.
Yeah, if that knockout happens, it's going to be legendary. Everyone's going to lose their shit because this guy we're not talking about just any fighter. We're talking about Bivol, a guy that barely loses any rounds. In his whole career, he's probably lost a handful of rounds. That's it. Out of the 22 fights. How many rounds does he lose, this guy?
It would be impressive. But you know what, guys? What I think is like if Bivol wins, people are gonna start saying, "Oh, Beterbiev was old." He has more to.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
and you know what? The excuses are already in the mail. The excuses are already in the mail for Monday morning. This is what's going to happen: the meniscus tear, the knee surgery,
the age,
like you
factor.
said, the age, the age. Yeah, but if Beterbiev wins, it's going to be like monumental.
I have a question then regarding the pound for pound standings here. Where do you put in the winner? Where do you place him in the pound for pound rankings?
Definitely, probably number 4 in the pound for pound.
3.
I would say 3.
Well, who would you bump out?
Usyk and Inoue, they're number 1 and number 2. Usyk and Inoue is number 2.
I put them number 3. Number 3, why not?
Yeah, I'd take Crawford out of.
I take Crawford down. I'm sorry. I mean, he's a great fighter right now, but come on, man.
Crawford's number 6. Crawford's like 5-6. Inoue and Usyk.
Doesn't it depend too on how they win tomorrow? Because like Crawford beat Madrimov, but what's up against him is the fact that he, it was a very, very, very tough fight. So isn't it?
Yeah, he lost.
I don't think it does. I think for Bivol, just winning is enough for him. I think a Beterbiev is a little bit different. He's going to have to. I think actually, I don't know. You know what? I think you might be right. Now I think about it.
I mean, listen, if we have Beterbiev, if we have Archer by knockout, holy shit, that's just
he
does that every time.
That's the only way he can win. Isn't that the only way he can win? I mean, sure, he could win it.
I know.
Yeah, he has to go for it.
I was almost thinking it might be. Can you imagine if he wins by like unanimous decision? That'd be
maybe
crazy.
because of a couple of knockdowns. Maybe, I don't know.
Right.
Hey,
Archer went.
I know we're not. I know y'all are some Christians here, but can we all thank Allah that Shakur Stevenson is not on his card as the co-main event no more?
Oh, thank the Lord! Thank the fucking Lord, dude.
And it's funny. I saw him throw a tweet out. He retweeted Beterbiev's when he's doing the fingers, the wrist, that thing, and the knuckles thing he does on the ground. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna learn how to do that shit." I'm like, "Yo, he needs to learn how to just let his hands go." Like, I'm just glad he's not on his card, y'all. I'm like, man, I'm pumped.
All we can do is thank the pagan gods that he's not on.
Honestly, if Beterbiev wins, we probably have to debate on putting him at number 2. If he wins in immaculate fashion, if he knocks Bivol out, like we might have to debate between 1 or 2 because Inoue and Usyk.
He's not a 2-time undisputed, and he didn't fight a guy that's like 40 pounds heavier than him. He didn't go up like 3 divisions, So that for me means a lot.
Hey, by the way,
means a lot. Like what Inoue did means a lot. What Usyk did means a lot, and what Crawford did means a lot. So those 3 guys, that means a whole hell of a lot. So,
hey Bucho, official scorecard boxing is saying to put him down he's going Bivol finally. He's making a pick, and he's saying Bivol, and he probably drops Beterbiev at some point.
All right.
Ooh. Yo, BDA Bucho, I know because you guys got the backdoor fucking information from Jalisco. You think Canelo's gonna lose his boner from fucking fighting Bivol if Beterbiev fucking daps him up or what?
I mean, you never know. What's he got left? I mean, and Billy, maybe that would get some hardcore boxing fans excited, but I don't see him Billy beating Canelo. So you never know. Canelo's crazy enough that he could take that risk. But just real quick, another thing I want to say about the Beterbiev-Bivol fight. Supposedly one of Beterbiev's trainers, I forget if it was Mark Ramsey or the Iceman, they said that Beterbiev told them, look, guys like Bivol, I've beaten a bunch of them in the amateurs. I know what to do. And second of all, supposedly they brought in a guy from Russia, one of his old trainers or assistant trainers from Russia, just to spruce up on the details on how to handle Bivol. So...
I mean,
an old trainer.
What's up, boys? What's up, boys? How you guys doing?
Look! They brought in an old trainer.
Oh boy, the attention whore.
They brought in an old trainer from Russia, aka his ex-wife.
Do you think Bivol's wife is going to be in his hands giving hand jobs to everybody? That's on Beterbiev's side, just to give him hand jobs.
All right, guys, before we go, guys, all right, hold on, Gypsy, give me just 2 seconds. I'm going to read a super chat from Raphael32. Thank you for your super chat. He says, but Beterbiev wins, you will have 4 number one pound for pounders. Rank them any way you want to. Okay, so he's talking about, what's the 4? Usyk, Crawford, Inoue, and Beterbiev or Bivol. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
If Bivol wins, you have to put him number 1. No question of that about it.
If Bivol wins, what if Beterbiev wins?
If Bivol wins and he doesn't, because if Bivol wins, that means Bivol barely gives him any rounds, because if he gets touched up of any kind of any sort, his ass is grass. His ass is grass.
Right.
That's all I can tell you.
You know it's nowhere near December 21st. It's too early for you to come on lives, man.
Bro, I could come back whenever I feel like. Whenever I feel like.
Wait, Gypsy. A lot of people said that were questioning, why did you disappear right after the Usyk fight? The Fury Usyk fight.
I didn't disappear. I came back. I said my piece and I left. What am I going to come over here and get my pick?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
About how Fury was this and how Usyk was that. I mean, I'm done. I've already got that fucking. I came back and I took the shit that from you guys, and that's it. I don't have to take any more. Why would I need to take more shit than I already have to take? I gotta take a little bit, and that's it. I take off.
That makes sense.
And I come back for more shit.
That makes sense.
For the record, I never gave Gypsy any shit. I don't give people shit for making the wrong picks unless they act braggadocious before the fight. Like, oh, I'm
like he does.
100% confident. The other guy does. Well, I mean, listen, Gypsy's
that makes it exciting.
Gypsy has some PTSD, man, from Iraq. Give him a break.
Yeah,
he'll take all the shit.
I mean, I wasn't completely off. I just said it was gonna be a close fight, and they can go either way. I just wanted my boy to win. That's it.
What about the rematch? Just before we get off completely off topic, what about the rematch? Though, what's your just quickly?
I'm going with Fury. Again,
I
told you. I told the Quacks before, and I've told him whether I believe that he will lose or win, I'm going with him because I'm gonna ride and die with the dude. That's it.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to that light heavyweight fight. Go ahead.
Well, let me ask Gypsy one thing. What do you think about Tyson Fury telling everybody that Usyk popped his cherry and took his virginity?
I think it's hilarious. Dude, I heard that shit. I thought I was laughing my ass off. That fool's a comedian, bro. Like, I enjoy his entertainment. Like, you can't sit there and say he's not entertaining. And that fight between him and Usyk is gonna be more entertaining than this fight with Arthur and a Bivol, because it's gonna be a one-sided whoop down. That's what I believe is gonna happen.
I don't know about that, bro. Because Tyson Fury already sounds buck broken, bro.
Yeah, you see
dude, like, I think we don't know that until we see the second fight. If he shows signs of butt brokenness, I'll come out after the fight. I'll be like, yeah, he was totally butt broken. He was a slave. He was kunte.
All right. What's going on here, man? All right, guys. Super chat from Jacques Cousteau. He says, "Put me down for a Beterbiev decision. Bivol will probably go down once, then lose rounds. Just surviving. Also bet his ex is banging those judges." All right. Interesting prediction. Go ahead.
Speaking of judges, is the WBC going to be sanctioning this fight?
I don't know. I mean, they should.
Yeah.
So they're off their woke cancel culture bullshit with we're not gonna sanction any Russian fighters. And it's funny, man, the hypocrisy. They see the money involved. They're like, oh, okay, well, now we're back in. And one thing I do hope, and I know this is trivial, I hope they play the Russian anthem. I hope they announce them that they're from Russia. Because, man, it's not their fault that they're from Russia. I just hate the cancel culture thing. It has to stop.
Yeah, the athletes are not supposed to pay the price.
They're gonna say they're gonna say Beterbiev's from Canada. They're gonna say Bivol's from Kyrgyzstan, right?
Yeah, because Bivol, they're gonna say Bivol's from Chino, California, where he's actually from Russia.
That's sad, man. That's sad.
And Beterbiev has already cut ties with Russia. He's full Canadian, like Bucho and BDA have cut ties with Mexico. And they're just straight Canadian now.
Absolutely. What's Mexico? I don't know. Never been there.
I think I heard that BDA.
When people ask me where are you from, I go. When people ask me where are you from, I go, well, my parents are from Mexico, but I'm from Spain. That's what I always say.
No. He answers every question with "we'll see."
I know a guy like that. He was one of those Hispanics that grew up in a white neighborhood, and so he didn't like being called Hispanic, and he was dark and shit. And it's funny. No, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Spain. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Oh yeah, right. By the way,
how many times do you say "we'll see"? We'll see every time someone asks you a question.
All I'll say is this.
We'll see.
I was born in Mexico. And I plan on dying there, and I also plan on taking a couple of people with me. Maybe some of you there, depending on how you.
Damn, looks like a cult, bro. This is the reason why I'm not here for too long, because I don't want to be part of the cult. And next thing you know, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
You're already part of it, man.
You don't get to choose. We don't get to choose. You don't get to choose. I choose. I choose
Oh shit!
you. That's how it works.
Pikachu.
What?
Yo,
But-
BDA, Bucho, BDA, where's your sidekick? What's his name? Gonzalo, man. Where the fuck is he? Got deported?
My sidekick. First of all, he was there in the last show, so he's around.
So
Dude, he's enjoying life. He's enjoying life in the Philippines, man. Shout out to Gonzo, man. He's doing it right.
Gonzalo's he's
go to
in
the
Thailand.
That American dollar.
He's all about them lady boys.
By the way,
oh
hold
my
on.
God, man.
Come on.
No, Tyson Fury's about those lady boys, bro.
Did you put
And they
official
can
scorecard
join
boxing
together.
Bucho, did you put official scorecard boxing as a Bivol stoppage? Because I think he said decision, but that he drops.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes more sense. I was like, what the fuck, man?
I'm trying to rewind here to see the prediction, but I can't find his comment again. But hey, listen. In regards to Ason brought up the what's his name, Eddie Hearn, talking shit about Beterbiev, saying that he's annoying with his one-word answers. Do you guys agree with that though? Do you think Beterbiev could actually be trying a little bit more to sell this fight?
Nah, I
He
like
never
I like the
has.
precedent they're gonna set because this is the 1A, the 1B fighting, and if it's an exciting fight and we get a king crowned, then maybe it's the new thing because all we're getting is a bunch of guys on Twitter not fighting, and I'd rather see guys that don't speak much and go in there and handle business and take on the best than all these fuckers that are avoiding each other, making excuses like Tank. That are just talk more than they fight.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't mind it.
I like the Ivan Drago thing he's got going on, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Well, listen.
I think that sells it. That sells it right there.
Yeah,
normally I agree. Normally I agree with that, but he has to sell this fight. Nobody but us care about. Nobody in Russia knows who these fucking guys are. So he should be.
Well, what do you mean?
What he does is he'll give a one-word answer and then he'll smile. Like he's doing it on purpose.
BDA, that's not true. Putin knows. Vladimir Putin knows who Beterbiev and
he's gonna
Bivol is, so you can't take nobody.
Mr. BDA, but you wonder why they emptied the bucket on that commercial, spending millions on a movie commercial. So it's probably just to help these guys out because they don't talk much. But I like how they are.
I'm not saying
they don't need to promote the fight because they've put on the work inside the ring, especially Beterbiev with the knockout. So for us boxing fans, we don't need any promotion. You know?
Yeah, listen, this is the real deal. We don't.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying he needs to trash talk, but at least like when he gives his one-word answers and then he smiles.
Well, his English is not that great, man. Let's just be honest, man. He can't fucking put on a whole sentence.
He says when he speaks English.
Wait a minute. Yes. He was pansy enough to threaten Eddie Hearn and that Indian British.
Yeah, you're right.
He's like,
I'm gonna knock you. He's pretty much, I'll take care of you right now, then finish the other guy later on. That's what he said.
I think Beterbiev is more. I think Beterbiev is more mad at Eddie Hearn than at fucking Bivol, man. Like seriously.
So BDA, this is a pay-per-view in the UK, so that's probably one of the reasons why Eddie's
right.
He's
just trying to get it sold.
Beterbiev is a fundamental.
Yeah.
Beterbiev is a fundamental Muslim.
What I'm glad about is
hold on. Let Ason say something here because he has. Go ahead.
Beterbiev is a fundamental Muslim, like, so he's not like brag, like he doesn't brag, like he's very just straightforward and polite, like, so you're never going to get that out of him, like that's never going to happen. Like he's just all about business.
Mm-hmm.
He answers his questions like as humble as possible.
That Muslim religion, sorry to cut you off, but that Islam religion is what's keeping him in check. That guy has, I think he got fucking another side of him, a monster side of him, and he showed it right there. He took that arrogant comment not as a joke. He took it personally. You could tell. He's like, you know what? Who's arrogant? Am I arrogant? Oh yeah. And then they're like, no, Eddie Hearn said that.
Wait, hold on. Isn't Devin Haney and Tank Muslim too? Aren't they Muslim too? Those guys.
Devin Haney. No, fuck. What the fuck, Devin Haney? Devin Haney is not in the comments here. It's like we shouldn't even mention Devin Haney right now. He's in a lawsuit.
Well,
with,
it is the Devin Haney era, though. It's like
we're in the era, whether you like it or not.
It's gone, long gone now. It's over.
Yeah,
it's all over.
Get him out of here,
Don,
Bucho. Get him out of
the
here.
one thing that we can look forward to is that after this fucking fight is done, there's no one that's going to launch an assault and battery charge against the other fucking fighter, and that's a fact.
That's
just gonna,
I hope not.
Yeah, fact.
Well, I'll say this. I'm not a litigious person, but I've invested so much into this fight that if it doesn't deliver, there'll be some affidavits and some injunctions being thrown out there by my attorney.
Yeah.
I also wanted to point something out here, that the size of the ring. I don't know. Somebody started a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. That the ring that they use for the open workouts is the same ring that they use for the actual fight. So I just posted a picture there in the Discord, overhead view of the ring that they were using for the workout the other day. What do you guys think about the size of that ring? If you can see the picture, is that too small, medium sized? Well,
what is that? 18-footer, 20-footer, 24-footer?
It looks like the ring that Canelo fought Ryder in.
Yeah, if it's Top Rank always likes to use the smaller ring because they know it's going to create more action.
They're going to need a bigger boat? Is that what's going to happen?
I think Billy Joe Saunders picked the ring.
Billy's will ask for a 50-footer.
All right, I'm trying to look for the picture here. By the way, I want to give a shout out to the Gucci Berserk for his super chat. He says, yo, check me down for Beterbiev 11th round TKO. I already wrote it down, man. Thank you for the super chat.
Shout out to everyone who's been donating with the super chat. And that's the other thing, though, man. The size of the ring, it could actually maybe benefit. Imagine if it ends up benefiting Bivol. Imagine every time he hits Beterbiev can't see the punches coming, and you think, oh, the tables have been turned. This ring size actually benefits him.
You guys really underestimate Beterbiev's skill set, don't you guys? I mean, like, a lot of people think he's just like they respect his skills, but they don't really respect his skills. They think he's just a slaughter.
Yeah,
he just goes in there and just annihilates everybody.
But
but he's not though. Like when he chooses to fight, that's what he did to Joe Smith. He knocked him out in 2 rounds. When he chooses to,
I think people are downplaying. Yes, I agree. I think people are severely downplaying the fact that that guy's a boxer too.
I think Joe Smith pissed him off.
A skilled fighter too. He's a skilled fighter. He wouldn't be here if he wasn't skilled.
You know what I think? I think people are severely underestimating Bivol's ability to hold.
No, nobody is. Nobody. A lot of people have his
Let him finish. Go ahead.
Everyone's expecting Bivol to stay away, to run away. He has to fight a perfect fight. That's the only way he can fight.
No.
If you look at his last couple of fights, ever since fighting Canelo, Gilberto Ramirez, Zanib, he's comes to the middle of the ring and he stomps his foot down and he holds his ground. He'll move when he needs to, but he's holding his ground.
I've never
do that against. I think he's gonna do that against Beterbiev. You guys are gonna be surprised when the hand speed starts showing itself and he starts winning exchanges.
Bivol is not a runner, dude. I've never considered him a runner. He stays. He's in and out, pendulum in the pocket. He's not a runner. He does not back. He does not run away. He does not move laterally and start going away from his opponent. He's not a Mayweather. He's not that kind of a fighter. He's in the pocket. He's there fighting. He just
in this fight,
he has good movement in the pocket, and he's able to get in and out of range, and he's able to land and hit you, and then get out of range when you swing back and get back into range and fuck you up. I love that about Bivol. I mean, I have a hard time picking, but the only reason I'm going with Bivol on this one is just on the fucking knee surgery, because I know what kind of knee injury that Beterbiev has, and it's not a good one.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, he doesn't really require too much leg movement. By the way, he's got such quick timing with his hands. I mean, some of the timings that he's done when he watches highlights with his hands, he doesn't move his feet much. So he does. When he does, he's almost untouchable. Beterbiev. That's why I give him an A-. I give Bivol an A+ in a class of what kind of tier level these boxers are. But he's A- because he does make slight mistakes. Bivol is more of a technician. He barely makes any mistakes. He's the closest thing to perfect. That to me, I said this for years. He's the closest thing to perfect. But the thing is with him, he's fighting a guy that's almost the same in caliber as he is, almost the same. And on top of that, he is a harder puncher. Yes, and he's got a better chin, and he's tougher, and he's been more tested, and he has more experience. I don't know why you guys are thinking who chose that he has less experience than Bivol. This guy's fought Kovalev, Usyk, and amateurs, by the way, Groznik, and who knows who else that are top names. And on top of that, he came here, and in his professional career, name me a guy that Bivol has fought that's better than Groznik or in the same level as Groznik. He has the better experience between the two.
Ramirez?
No, not even close, bro. Gilberto Ramirez is on the same level as Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith.
You didn't have to say all that.
Hey, Ramirez is a three-weight. If Ramirez is a three-weight champion, Vosdick, as soon as he got his ass kicked, he left boxing. So,
hey, bro, you didn't have to say all that. The only thing you had to say is that he's Chechnyan, and you got me. I got him down too.
It doesn't have to be Chechnyan, though, but I'm just saying the facts about it. He got better experience. He's got like 295 fights and not 295 wins and 4 or 5 losses.
I thought I'd never agree with 50 in my entire life, but like if you guys look at like certain fighters, and I was trying to like look at this, how would you think Bivol would have done against prime Vosdick? And then Radovoja Kalajic, and some of the other fighters that Beterbiev has vanquished. So it's something to consider.
These guys are lucky.
Andre would probably knock out Usyk too if they're in the same division.
They're lucky. They're lucky. Andre Ward retired. That's all I got to say.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's OG all day.
Hilarious.
Son of God. Yeah. Son of God.
OG all day. Holy fuck.
I'm joking, bro. Joking.
No, I like the joke. I do.
Can Bivol hurt Beterbiev, or is that very unlikely?
Sure.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
more like he just won't risk hitting his. He won't want to hit back. He's going to try to be at range.
He couldn't hurt a smaller guy in Canelo, so I don't know, man. I don't.
Like I said earlier,
he has enough power to, though. I think he's just giving hypothetical. He's saying, could he?
He's gonna hurt him.
It's possible.
How many times? Like I said earlier,
stun him. He won't hurt him to a point where he's got him wobbly legs and stuff. He'll stun him, if anything.
I think I'll catch him, counter him in the pocket, and drop him.
It's possible, man. It can happen.
Yeah, exactly. Only one guy's been dropped in this fight. That was Beterbiev. So we had to put that
against a puncher. Against
a
guy that he wanted to rip his head off.
Well, he's been dropped twice actually. He got dropped earlier in his career as well.
Exactly.
I mean,
no one's invincible. I think a lot of Beterbiev believe that.
Mm-hmm. This fight could merit a rematch. I don't know, depending on what happens. Obviously. I mean, we all agree it's a close fight.
I hope Bivol doesn't come out fucked up. All I can wish for is I like Bivol. I hope he does. I'm serious. I like Bivol.
You hope he doesn't die in the ring or something like that? What are you?
Yeah,
okay, come on, man.
I'm not
like,
even joking.
Why are you?
No, I'm not fucking playing, man.
All of a sudden,
I'm not playing. I think he's gonna get fucked up.
You know, this is the best opponent Beterbiev has ever fought. You know, this is the best opponent Beterbiev has ever fought. Now, all of a sudden, you're concerned about Bivol. Like, but. What about this?
No. In the sense, you know why, Bucho? It's not that his skill is better than everybody he's faced, but he's not durable like, let's say, a Marcus Brown or
How do you know? How do you know? When did you see Bivol? How do you know? You can tell from what? Based on what?
Based on his reactions. That's why he's so cautious of not getting hit. He's so cautious.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he doesn't have a chin.
Reasons.
We don't know.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
I want to hear.
Yeah.
What Jimmy got to say. Yo, Jimmy.
Who do we have
Yo,
here?
what up, man?
Oh,
Who you got, Jimmy?
What's up, boys? Just sit back and listen to me. I always love when Gypsy talks, man. I always just sit back and I'm in awe.
You're the only one.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm just kidding.
Like
I know. I'm just salty.
No,
Jimmy, how you doing, Jimmy? Hey,
What's
Jimmy.
going on, gentlemen?
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you
If
fucking doing?
Bivol doesn't get touched up, what makes that Usyk look like that? He puts Usyk to number 2 status, right? Just think about it. He doesn't get touched up. Usyk and Beterbiev have fought each other in amateurs, and Usyk was bigger, with a longer reach, still got touched up, still lost rounds, and also got dropped. If Bivol can pull what you guys are claiming that he's gonna pull off, then he is not A tier, he's S tier. He's on a different level than everyone else. Like that, what you guys are talking about. I'm serious. Like because it's not gonna be easy to fight a guy like this and not get touched, not get in any way hurt by this dude, and because he could, even if he cannot touch him, when it comes down to countering him with timing, he can also clinch him and fuck him up. You guys totally forget it. He clinches his ass and destroys him on the clinch. There's multiple ways that this dude can destroy him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys
like above and beyond, bro. Usyk is he beat the shit out of somebody 40 pounds heavier than him. You know what I mean?
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm not talking about who Usyk fought. I'm talking about who Beterbiev fought, which is Usyk.
Yeah, but you're saying he's time number one. He won't be. Usyk's still number one.
I think he should be number one. After if Bivol beats, if he beats Beterbiev, and there's no like obvious knee injury where he goes like, and then you notice that his leg isn't working properly. If it's none of that shit, and it's just perfectly normal, his legs moving back and forth normal as you saw in past fights, then yeah, you have to give him number one status. You gotta give him number status.
The reason why I personally wouldn't give him number one status, because no matter how you slice it, he's not facing prime Bivol. I mean Beterbiev. He just isn't. He's facing a 41 going on 41-year-old guy. Nobody gets better as they get older. He was a faster, harder hitter, quicker feet, quicker hands when he was 34, 35. Just by the way things have worked out, this fight isn't happening till he's 40. That's a factor. He hasn't fought now in how long? It's been, what, 6 months or so since, well, if not longer, since he fought Sully, right? Wasn't it the last kid he fought? Was the Irish
January 13th. January 13th.
January 13th. So we're going, 8 months now? Callum Smith. Okay. Yeah. So, he's 40 years old. I mean, it's a completely different factor. I think, honestly, if they were both, say, 34, personally, I'd have a hard time picking against Beterbiev because, like Gonzalo said, which made an excellent point, it's always hard to pick against somebody who's knocked out everybody they fought, right? It's just kind of a hard thing to do. This guy's literally knocked out everybody he's fought. But then again, Bivol will be the best person he's fought, talent-wise, footwork. You know what I mean? He's got the fastest feet. Bivol beat Canelo. Canelo's an extremely talented kid. He's smaller. I mean, he's smaller than him, so that worked out to his benefit. But Canelo's got a fucking iron chin, an absolute iron chin. But like Canelo said, Bivol can hit. He just chooses not to go out there and like try to knock people's heads off. But does he have enough power to fucking stun Beterbiev? Yeah, or Beterbiev, like I guess the correct way of saying it. Yeah, he can stun him. And if you stun somebody, can change their game plan going forward. And it's always interesting as you get older, when a fight is 40 years old, what happens when you hit the wall when you're older, all of a sudden there's a second wind the fighter gets, 5th, 6th round. And when all of a sudden it's just not there. They get up, they go to stand off the stool and their fucking legs feel like lead. Their hands they're driving their punches. Their lungs aren't the same. I mean, it's age. Father Time's undefeated, right? And it will always be undefeated. A 40-year-old fighter is not as good as a 34 or a 30-year-old fighter. So it just kind of sucks. I would have liked to see them both in their prime at that fight or similar. So, I mean, there is, but listen, if Beterbiev goes out and stops him, I believe he'll stop him within the first 6 rounds. I believe that's how he will stop him. I believe it goes the distance. I believe Bivol will get the decision.
So after 6 rounds,
I believe.
Okay, go ahead.
I believe what you're saying, Jimmy. But the 40-year-old thing, bro. Like we've been, people were saying that about the Caleb Smith fight. Oh, he's already over. He's got to be over the hill. He's hitting 40. He's 39 actually, from what I heard. But like it's always the same until we see something. We're not. I don't. I heard he's 39, bro.
Okay,
so he's not even
39.
40
When will
yet.
he be
So
40? When will he be 40?
I don't know what
January.
years.
January.
Oh yeah, that's
so
right.
yeah.
He's like
For
one
the
day
sake of
away from my
discussion,
birthday.
he's
So
39. We don't have to go on
So-
about it.
All
yeah.
right, so yeah, he's 39 years old. So he's 39. I mean, that's still not a spring chicken. You know what I mean? That's an older. But this way, that's a recent phenomenon in the last, like, say, 15, 20 years. Fighters, that's an unheard of thing. Guys in the 80s and 90s, there was no 39-year-old fighters. I remember when fucking George came back. They made such a big deal about it.
Was he like
because it was
45 years old, George Foreman?
He was a heavyweight.
He was
too.
a heavyweight. It was a heavyweight, and he threw with such thunderous punches that he was able to get away with it. You know what I mean? In lack of movement, he knew not to sit down. Remember, he knew if he sat down in the stool, he says, I couldn't get back up. My legs would be gone. Like, just lifting your heavy ass up off the stool takes a lot out of you. So he learned to do what he could with his body. But again, that's an outlier. 39-year-old fighters aren't as good as 29-year-old fighters. So I'm just saying, if he was 34, I'd probably go with Beterbiev.
That's an unhealthy
because of
45-year-old man. We're talking about a guy that's like straight up discipline, no alcohol, no nothing. All his life,
George
Islamic
Foreman
religion.
wasn't a drinker. He wasn't a drinker. George Foreman wasn't a drinker.
But he definitely unfit for sure,
No,
though.
he was an eater. He did like his red meat. That's the reason why he did the whole the fucking George Foreman grill. He loved his hamburgers, but he wasn't a drinker or a partier. He had a bunch of kids, and he invested his money pretty wisely and shit. No, he wasn't a partier. That's the reason why he was able to come back in an older age. Trust me, if he was banging back gaggers and drinking booze, he wouldn't have been able to come back a party. He would have been a mess. When you drink booze, it affects your jaw. You get your lights put out much easier.
Yeah. Well,
but it's an interesting fight. I mean, it's a definite interesting fight. I think right now Vegas got it pretty wide, right?
No, it's very close. Very close.
Bivol.
It's close as
It's
fuck.
plus 110.
He's plus 140.
Plus 110 for
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost even. It's damn near even.
So the betting odds they're using it by the bets, by the what's.
I already bet $100 on it. So
on Beterbiev or Beterbiev.
It's money in the bank.
Last week. Last what you go with Beterbiev too, dude?
Yeah,
I am.
Doria, yeah. Shit. Okay.
I'm taking 11th round TKO.
Few people are going to be Bivol.
11th round TKO.
Within 8 rounds.
I'm going with Bivol.
Okay, most people are going with Beterbiev.
I feel like it's pretty split. I don't know. I feel like it's been pretty split from everybody I've been talking to.
I think just personally, I think if he stops him, it'll be early when his power's fresh.
I think it'll be later because Bivol will be on the move and he ought to take a while to wear him down.
Seems like
I think within 8, but it wouldn't surprise me if he goes fast.
He never shows. I've never seen Bivol anyways get like he's fresh. Like that's the thing. He stays fresh and his movement's fresh in the later rounds too. Although he's getting older now too. I mean, he's not a sprint chicken either.
All right, yeah, you're right. BDA says Ring Magazine, I guess, picks 15 to 5 for Bivol. So out of 20 riders, I guess, or whatever, 15 picked Bivol, and only 5 picked Beterbiev.
That's because all of them are Timothy Bradley fans.
Every single one of those guys picked. Every single one picked Canelo to beat Bivol.
Really?
I know. I feel even more. I feel happier with my pick right now.
Single one picked.
Fucking idiots. That's why.
But over here on the BDA Boxing channel, I'm looking at the predictions we have, and it looks like around 2/3 are picking Beterbiev. 2/3. So that's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely heavy. From what I can hear, it's definitely heavy.
Definitely a smarter community over here for sure.
Did BDA get my prediction, Bucho?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, we erased it.
Oh, if I have your prediction, I don't know. Did you give?
You got rid of it.
Did you give BDA your prediction?
I put it in the chat, but he might not have saw it. But mine is going to be a Bivol majority decision.
All right.
Majority decision. Nice.
Jimmy. The thing is, we're saying like he loses his steam. Everybody that knows this guy knows that he actually builds up steam as the fight continues. So that's like the one thing that I have not really noticed from Beterbiev. Like even Usyk, they kept saying that he doesn't like he changes gears and over. But I've seen Usyk where he takes breathers within 2 or 3 rounds, and he loses those rounds or still wins those rounds. But it's a breather. He's not really going all out, or not even. He's not even halfway going out. Let's just say, Beterbiev, on the other hand, it's like it
But
becomes more
how do we
and
know
more.
how do we know he's never fucking gone the fucking distance?
He's gone closer distances. Not exactly. Anthony Yard was how many rounds was Anthony Yard?
Yeah, but Anthony Yard's domestic trash, absolute garbage. Let's just be honest.
He was getting beat up. I know. I'm not.
Probably the least talented fight. Probably the least talented guy in his resume.
Not really. He's not that bad. He's not that bad.
He's not bad for 4 rounds or something. No, he has no stamina.
Yeah, he's still.
I think Beterbiev went 11 with that German guy when he during the lockdown thing, right? I can't remember the guy's name.
Won 12 rounds? No, sorry, he didn't go 12 rounds. Almost.
No,
won
11.
Yeah, he never won.
Yeah, 11, I think, right.
Yeah.
I was
clearly carrying.
I was gonna say, guys, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. We're at 53 likes. We should get this up to 100. This is unacceptable.
I hit it.
Unacceptable.
I hit it. You sons of bitches.
Yeah, what the hell? If we don't get to 100, I'm ending the show. Seriously, man. We're gonna wrap it up.
I had surgeries on my thumb, so I can't really use them right now.
Oh yeah, okay.
Use your nose.
Yeah, use something, man.
I broke it.
But listen, and you know what? I mean, is Beterbiev a well-conditioned athlete? Yeah, in fact, probably over-conditioned. And that's the reason why he's had so many injuries, because he trains like a fucking lunatic. But no matter what, I don't care who you are, you're not punching as hard in your 12th round and 11th round as you are in the first 2. That's just not how physics works, not how the human body works. You don't punch harder in the later rounds.
And if you look at most of Beterbiev's fights, by the time of when you get to the second half of the fight, he's already landed 40% of his punches on his opponent. So they're breaking down just from that alone. And I'm just wondering, is he going to be able to land close to that percentage against Bivol by the time the second half comes around?
Bro, if Canelo was able to land on him and put him on a guard and hurt his arms, Canelo, I'm not saying Canelo is a weak puncher, no. It's just that on the level of where Beterbiev is, he's not on that same punching power level. Not even close. You notice he never once mentioned that he wants to fight Beterbiev. He'll take Bivol on because he knows Bivol can't really crack that much of an egg as Beterbiev can. That's why he doesn't want that fight. There's a reason behind it. Because he'll destroy him. He's the one guy that can knock out Canelo.
Yeah,
if there was ever a fight between
I agree with.
What was Canelo's punch percentage of landing in that fight?
I didn't check, man. I just looked. I watched the fight. I didn't check the percentages because I don't even trust those cocky box numbers. Yes.
Yeah, but those Canelo arm punches.
Don't ask rhetorical questions, Lassiter.
He catching Canton in round 11. Pretty nice. Bivol did against Canelo. So
I want
I gave Canelo like 3-4 rounds. Nobody really gives Canelo rounds, but I gave Canelo like 3-4 rounds in that fight. He was the only one that won a lot more rounds than anyone else has ever won against Bivol. He actually won rounds. Yeah, I think if there was a rematch right after, maybe he would have made it a little more closer of a fight, but he will still probably rob Bivol in a decision. That would have taken place.
Well,
but now at this point, Canelo's not no more.
It makes sense that Canelo is the one that won. Who else would have won more rounds than Canelo against Bivol? Like, Bivol hasn't really. I mean, he's fought good guys, but not that level of Canelo. And I sound like a Canelo fanboy, but it's true. By the way,
Craig Richards won more than Canelo, right?
Probably. Josh Bryan, thank you for your super chat. He says, "I know this is not on topic, but I wanted to ask, how do you think Bob Foster would have done against Bivol and Beterbiev?" I don't know. Pearl Jimmy can answer that question.
I don't know. I put Beterbiev right up there as one of the hardest punching light heavyweights, but Bob Foster was that motherfucker could crack too. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I probably edge Foster just because he fought better competition. Beterbiev has only had this is his 20th fight.
Yeah,
hasn't had many, and that's only because of him, injuries. had a career plagued full of injuries, where Bob Foster fought fucking hell of a lot of tough guys, and he's shown all kinds of grit. So, you know, just
Of
that's just
an
my
extensive
opinion.
amateur background, that's what it is. He's got too much of an amateur background. He's like Lomachenko.
And he overtrained,
Lomachenko.
man. He trains up in the fucking does this crazy mountain shit and lifts heavy weights. And lives in that cold Chechnyan fucking weather. But no, that's where he grew up. But he lives in Montreal now,
Same
right?
shit, same shit. Although not high altitude, but cold as fuck.
And actually, damper. It's more moist, so it actually sinks into your bones more. Montreal's got that wet cold.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Montreal's like, I know. I
Meanwhile,
live it.
Bivol is in California. So, does he train in Big Bear or no?
Actually, I like it when it's like that, only for a little bit, and then afterwards I prefer the warmth. I mean, like for training purposes, I love it. I enjoy it. I enjoy that pain. I'm a sadomastic. Sadomasochist. How do you say that word?
Masochist, no?
I was right. You said it right the first time.
Sadomastic. I don't know.
Doesn't Bivol train in Joel Diaz Egypt? That's where he trains, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Joe Diaz.
Joe Diaz. He doesn't. That's not a Big Bear, though, right?
No,
no. He's smart. That whole
well,
Big
Jimmy,
Bear shit is
exactly, Jimmy. I was going to ask you. Didn't you say that it's not a good idea to train like constantly?
No, because the thing is, it would only be good if you came down off the mountain and fought the next day. Because if you come off the mountain, you wait a week, all the benefits are gone. Plus, there's all kinds of issues. Like I've heard so many people fucking, include Mickey Ward, fucking sleeping. He wakes up with bloody noses and fucking all the blood on his pillow and shit. Fuck that. No, all kinds of problems with oxygen deprivation, and I just don't think I just think it's overrated, man. Big time. I think I don't think the benefits outweigh the negatives. And look at the amount of people who've trained at Big Bear to the amount of people who became world champions. And I don't see the correlation. I could see look at all these guys and like 80% of them became world champions, were dominant. Not the case. There's a ton of people trained up there, but there don't seem to be any more world champions coming from there than the guys who are training down and fucking running along the beach. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I say train at the altitude you're going to fight at. A lot of guys do it for isolation because a lot of boxers have no willpower, right? I mean, you're talking about guys, most of them are, let's be honest, if they weren't fighting, they'd be fucking flipping burgers or doing roofing. I mean, we're not talking brain surgeons. A lot of them have low impulse control.
Yeah, but you can isolate yourself anywhere. You don't have to go to the mountains to isolate yourself. But I know what you mean, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, unless you go to the deserts,
yeah,
I guess,
exactly,
because you can find prostitute, drugs, and booze anywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
But up at Big Bear, it's harder. You know what I mean? And the problem with boxers, a lot of them. I mean, look at Mike Tyson. He was doing that 16, grabbing ass and tickling titties and shit.
Right.
A lot of them are all alpha males that think,
guys,
like women.
Off the air, I was talking with a bunch of people about this fight, and somebody mentioned the Beterbiev rabbit punches hitting behind the head. Did you guys notice that? And is that going to be an issue, or what do you guys think about that?
Oh, yeah, he does do that quite a bit.
He does do that, yeah.
Guys are ducking though too. They're giving up that side of their head.
And Bivol never drops his head enough. Bivol never drops his head enough like that.
Well, it's bad for him if he doesn't drop his head enough because he's gonna get smashed either way.
And I know, like, Beterbiev loves right in the rough throat.
I think a lot of it depends on the ref as well, right? If the ref doesn't let Beterbiev do any inside work, that might be a factor as well.
Beterbiev is one of the most overrated fucking fighters.
Oh,
does anyone?
He's. Oh, let me, Jimmy, who's a guy that Golovkin knocked out in 2 rounds that had never been dropped in the 160 division? Name
Yeah,
it.
is Joe Smith? Are you saying Joe Smith was never dropped? Fucking Beterbiev broke his jaw.
I'm saying dropped.
Bivol did.
Was it Curtis Stevens?
I'm saying dropped. That was the first time Joe Smith had ever been dropped, and he was dropped multiple times. And Joe Smith fought a lot of names, a lot of different types of names.
Joe Smith was put down multiple times in his career.
Yeah, he did get
against
stopped.
who? I heard that was the first time he got dropped, and I don't remember ever Joe Smith getting dropped by. Well, Bivol definitely didn't drop him. He almost got him out in the 12th round. And that's I don't know anybody that really put it on him and dropped him. Joe Smith. That's the only guy that I know.
Oh yeah. I'm confusing Joe Smith with somebody else. I'm committing with that
No one
fucking
Golovkin
Cuban
has
dude.
fought. Yeah. In his division, no one in Golovkin has fought that.
Dude, go look at the highlight reels. Go look at the highlight reels of Triple G through the years after the images, man.
I've seen it, bro. But
Blasting people out first and 2 rounds, one punch, boom, people going out fucking cold.
Yeah,
one punch.
But those guys also been dropped before, right? Or no?
Doesn't matter, dude. They were blasted on one punch just because someone's been dropped before. They got up. I'm talking about. I'm talking about
like caliber,
slept
bro.
and not getting back up from one punch.
I get it, but I'm talking about caliber of the opponent. Like Joe Smith was a type of caliber. I mean, he's not skillful, but he was a tough, big old dude, and because of that, he was able to not.
Joe Smith, dude, is extremely limited. Let's just be straight up honest.
I didn't say that.
Very limited fighter.
Joe Smith ran right into him as well. I mean, that's crazy. Kamikaze by Joe Smith.
Yeah, he got kamikaze, but he never got dropped. He got hit with a barrage of punches.
You guys need to stop talking at the same time.
Yeah,
he ran
Joe Smith been knocked out.
All right, one at a time. Who's Quentin? Go ahead.
I'm gonna mute right now.
All right.
Saying Joe Smith got knocked out in like his first 10 fights, so he's been knocked out and dropped before.
All right.
But Joe Smith has been dropped before.
I think I'm still talking, Gypsy. Goddamn, bro. I understand you love Beterbiev, but you gotta shut the fuck up and let other people fucking talk for him.
He goes, I'm gonna mute right now. It didn't last 8 seconds.
I thought it was done.
All right, so but Gypsy, you're picking Beterbiev, but are you extremely confident in this? You're placing a bet, right?
I bet a friend of mine $100, a couple $100.
Okay.
And he's picking Bivol.
Now
so
you sound
I'm
very confident.
I'm gonna go pick up.
You sound very confident. If Beterbiev wins, are you gonna be extremely surprised or not really?
You just better. I mean, that's what I picked.
No,
of course, I'm not gonna be surprised.
If Bivol wins.
No, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. The only time.
Yeah, this sounds like a Fury Usyk again.
No, this is not Fury Usyk. Fury Usyk was a close fight, bro. This is not the same. Fury Usyk for me was always a close fight. And
really?
Either way.
What did you say? No. You were saying that Usyk got knocked out in sparring. You said I remember you saying Usyk got. You said Usyk got sparked in sparring hard. Remember that? And then you said,
I was bullshitting with you guys. I was bullshit. I came here and I bullshitted.
Come on,
I'm being honest. I came here and said I heard this guy say this on YouTube, and I came up and said that shit.
Integrity check.
I came up and see what your reaction. I want to see what your reactions would be. That's why it's like I came
Gypsy, what about
to say this.
I wouldn't be surprised by either one.
I said with the Fury Usyk fight, and I'll keep saying it. I can go either way because I didn't think Fury was gonna be completely ready, and on the second fight he's gonna be. He's always better.
Oh,
that's always
dude,
better.
stop it, Gypsy. Gypsy, you were saying.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it all the way until the very end.
Yeah, Gypsy, you were saying Fury was gonna fucking work him.
No, I said Fury was gonna get. I said the fight's gonna go to decision. I said the fight's gonna go to decision. It could go either way. Okay, I have to what? I gotta put it on my channel. The fact that I said that it can go either way, and I picked decision for Fury.
Yes, Kamala Gypsy.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on, bro. I'm sexy and I know it. Okay, so.
Anyway.
Jimmy, so what's your pick? You sound like you drool when you talk, bro. Come on.
Yeah, hold on. Jimmy, what's your pick?
Jeweler?
Hey, Gypsy, when are you gonna run for office? When are you running for office, Gypsy?
Right now, I'm leaning towards Bivol. My decision.
I'm gonna kick out Gavin Newsom out of the governor status. He's horrible.
What do you reckon?
That I respect. What's that, brother?
You reckon UD split decision majority? What do you think?
I think if it goes the full distance, see, I don't trust judges. That's the thing. I mean, I would think it would be a unanimous decision, but you never know, right? But I'm probably going with fucking just Bivol. I can't break it down by majority or split because then it's how shitty was the judges. Because we got judges who are like fucking 82 years old, have no business fights anymore.
These are things to consider right here. Listen, if Beterbiev wins and he moves up to cruiserweight, and then you get Usyk moving down from heavyweight to cruiserweight, there could be a potential face-off in the future.
No, because I believe Usyk did say recently that he's going to be he's I think retiring after the Fury fight.
Oh shit!
It makes sense. Well,
you say that, and the next thing you know, I hear him also say, "Hey, I'm thinking about going down after the Fury fight to fight cruiserweight and become 3-time undisputed."
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to do.
Oh, I've heard him say that. I 100% told her said that, bro.
Same here. That's why I said that because Usyk said before that he's planning on moving back down to cruiserweight because heavyweiight's a little too much for him.
What about the other weight class, Bridgerweight?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody takes that serious. There's only one belt that covers that.
Yeah, WBC.
There's only WBC.
Wait. Who actually covers it? Who actually covers that? Oh no.
It's WBA as well. No.
I think so.
I'm gonna put on some weight and go to the Bridgerweight division and become a champion.
I thought the WBC's trying to sue the other ones into recognizing it because the IBF said they won't even recognize it.
I know the WBA has one as well at this point.
Oh, they're recognizing now too?
No, they have their own belt, their own version.
Okay, wow.
I'm gonna put on 40 pounds. I'm gonna put on 40 pounds and go on the Bridgerweight division and become a champion. It's a vacant, so I can take
I want to look that up. When did he say that post the Fury fight? Since the Fury fight, he said he wants
yes. He's been saying that, but I don't think he'll do it. Yeah, I'm 100% sure. I think he's not gonna do it though. You know why? Because the money's so lucrative on the, the heavyweight side. So I think they're probably if Fury beats him the second one, there'll be a rubber match. That'd be fucking even more awesome. That'd be 3 fights worthy of watching. Hopefully, the third one doesn't.
What other fights? Which fights does Usyk have at heavyweight that are lucrative? Seriously, besides a Fury fight or Fury rematch, there's nothing else.
That's it, bro. That's it. Yeah, if he loses, that'd be great because we could have a third fight, and that'd be even better.
Well, so if Usyk goes down to fight Okoli, who's the Bridgerweight champion, does that mean he's undisputed in 3 different weight classes?
Okoli vacated.
Oh shit! Never mind.
Now there's a WBC and a WBA. There's 2 belts.
All right, somebody needs to mute their mic. Somebody needs to mute their mic.
I would love to see.
Wait, I thought Oscar Reed had a Bridgerweight.
No, he retired.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Usyk did say that. I just remembered he did say that he was in fact on to Steve Kim. He was on a 3 knockdown rule.
Jimmy, I just reminded you, didn't I?
About it. Yeah, because he did say that to. He was on with Steve Kim. He told Steve Kim that it was right. I think it was right after the It was right after the Fury fight. He said he was thinking about going back down.
Yeah.
But now here's the thing too. I guess his wife wants him to retire. So the old lady has a lot of pull in these guys' lives.
Yeah.
When you have a wife in your ear saying retire.
I think if there's like a really good lucrative offer to fight Beterbiev at cruiserweight, like you can't turn that. Turkey throws money behind that. How do you turn that down?
Yeah, I think Usyk has and I think Usyk has more of a bigger chance of losing in the cruiserweight division in the heavyweight division. If that makes any sense.
Probably because we have Jaya Pataya there.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about that guy.
Man, Jaya Pataya is not what it's cracked up to be. I thought he would be, but he's at least at this point in time, he's not really showing much to me. That he got hurt against Breedis at the later part of the fight. I expected him to get hurt, but not that bad.
Tough, dude. Breedis is a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, but that was the wash.
And they got history
here.
And they got history, so they know each other.
Yeah,
Usyk, Beterbiev. I know because Beterbiev actually in the Olympics, he was the odds-on favorite to win the Olympics because he won the Worlds the year before, and he was by far the
Usyk won the world.
What's that?
Usyk won the world. He actually beat him at the.
But Usyk, I know Beterbiev was the favorite in the Olympics, and it was an upset when Usyk beat him. It was a definite upset.
No. Listen. The first time they met each other, he beat him. The other 2 times that they met each other, he lost.
I'm talking about the Olympics.
I'm saying it's amateur. I don't know where it was at exactly, but it was definitely 3 fights. Yeah.
I'm talking about at the Olympics when Beterbiev was the odds-on favorite, the one everybody thought was going to be the gold medalist, and Usyk upset him. He was the definite an underdog in an upset, because that was the last Olympic boxing I watched was that year.
But that's the part that don't make sense to me. This dude is a bigger dude. Usyk is bigger than him. When you look at him size-wise, like weight, reach.
I'm not sure. Big.
No, he's definitely bigger, bro. Like he is. That's why he's where he's at. He's cruiserweight. And then Beterbiev says he's having a hard time making past 90 or 80 kilograms. He's having a hard time making past that weight. So like, this dude was definitely the bigger dude.
Light heavyweight.
He wanted to go up to cruiserweight, but he's like, I'm having a hard time making
15,
cruiser.
What was that? Was 16, 17 years ago. He was a lot skinnier back then too. Whereas Beterbiev was always jacked up like that. Was always a thick dude.
It's that Kazakh steroids. You know, it's in the water.
In the chat, Dex 2024 says Usyk is bigger naturally. That's true. The bone structure, I think he's just bigger.
Of course he is.
He's much bigger.
Yeah, I know. I know why.
Of course he's bigger.
Yeah, it's obvious.
He's taller.
And he got out box.
He's bigger. He's athletic.
Yeah, right. He's 6'3".
I mean, bigger doesn't always necessarily mean better. We just saw that with Usyk and Fury.
Yeah, Callum Smith is 6'3", but he's not bigger than Mike Tyson.
All right, can Beterbiev carry his power to cruiserweight division?
I think he can carry, but I don't know how his chin's gonna hold up at cruiserweight.
Right.
That's like someone like Breedis. I'm not sure if Breedis cracks him.
Too small.
Yeah, I think Breedis might, but I don't know yet.
Breedis is retired. Why talking about Breedis? He's retired.
No.
Yeah,
he's retired.
No,
Hold on. The current
Jaya
champion.
Pattaya. I think with Jaya Pattaya, he has a shot. I think
No,
Jaya
I think
Breedis ended up losing pretty bad his last, I think, few fights. I think he got kind of mollywopped there for a bit.
He broke the shit out of fucking Jaya Pattay's face at the last 2-3 rounds, bro. I don't know if that was a loss because it didn't feel like it. I definitely Jaya Pattaya won, but it was just like it felt like the winner of that fight was the one that came out unscathed or less scathed was Breedis, even though he retired. I mean, it was weird. It looked like that to me. Like his face was all bloodied up. Jaya Pattaya's fucking chin, their nose, it was messed up, man. It was not a good sight to see.
Well, you also got to understand he had ring rust.
I agree. I mean, I don't hate Jaya Pattaya. I like Jaya Pattaya.
No,
I'm
talking about Breedis. Breedis had ring rust.
Yeah, yeah, Breedis.
He was inactive for a few years, and then he fought him in the rematch, didn't he?
I think so,
that's
yeah.
true. Actually, yeah,
that's true.
I think Beterbiev will beat all the champions except for Pattaya if he moves up.
I think Pattaya is the guy to go after.
I think
someone like Bivol, if he's lucky enough, Bivol can. He can probably pull it off in Jaya Pattaya. There's things that Jaya Pattaya does that he can nullify. He can nullify. These two guys can nullify him. But I would have to see it. I don't know.
If Beterbiev fights the winner of
too tough. I don't know if Breedis could. I think Breedis will. If Breedis was back, I know Breedis was retired. I know, but if he was back, I know he's retired. That's what I was about to say. If he was back, I think that's the guy that I would like to see if Arthur moved up, but I think he will get knocked out by that dude. It's just something about him. It's just he will set him up. He'll get him with a shot. He might win a few rounds here and there, but he'll get caught at the end. If Breedis was back, if Breedis was in the mix in the cruiserweight division, I think Breedis would have been that dude to starch out Arthur.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, Zerdo would lose to Beterbiev. Willem Smith would lose to Beterbiev. I don't even know who the WBC champion is now. It's some German guy or Russian guy. I don't know who he is.
Seriously, who you picking, dude, for Saturday?
He doesn't know the fighters. He
doesn't care. It's not been.
He only watches. He only watches the big fights.
I got Bivol out. Bivol, shut up. Bivol out boxing him in a comfortable decision. I think he's just going to be too fast. Bet on
I like
too
your
slick.
prediction.
And generally, the
I like
boxer beats the puncher in these matchups, don't they? Historically,
Mm,
don't they? A boxer beats
I mean, not
the
always.
puncher, the
Not
brawler.
always. No,
not a pure boxer, but a boxer puncher, which I would consider Bivol to be. He's not a pure boxer. He's a boxer puncher because he can hit. He just chooses not to. Like that's not his thing. He's just like carried the images, and it's always been a kind of a thing that bothered me about him. It's like he doesn't have that.
Yeah, but his
Oh,
style,
less
his
Mean
style is
Street.
sort of more of a pure boxer's style.
Yeah, it's carried off the images, but he does
really
crack.
bang.
I mean,
He doesn't really
Canelo,
bang.
Steve asked Canelo, he straight up asked him, he said, "Can he hit?" He goes, "Oh yeah, he can hit hard, man. He definitely hit me hard.
He's
He
got
rang my
decent.
bell."
He's got a decent punch. Also, when David sparred him, he said he's got a very strong right hand.
Yep.
He's got a sneaky right hand. It's strong. So
He's got a lot. He's got a lot enough power that he's got enough power that he could have knocked out Lyndon Arthur when he knew exactly where to hit him on the body, the right side of his body.
Tyson couldn't knock out a crackhead. So what?
No, it's not the crackhead. It's not a crackhead, bro.
Childish thing. Oh, he couldn't knock out somebody. Therefore, he doesn't have power. It's so dumb.
Who is he knocked out? The body shot. He saw the body shot. He dropped him, and he still couldn't do anything about it. He saw the body shot, and he still couldn't do shit about it, bro. Like he knew where to hit.
Knocked out. Sometimes you don't knock people out.
Going into the Canelo fight, he lost 7 rounds in his entire pro career.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah.
I was stating that shit for a long ass time.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so in his entire pro career, I think that was the number 7. He lost 7 rounds total. I mean, the guy's been a dominant fucking fighter. Remember, Soto bragged about how he worked him in sparring. Couldn't stop telling everybody how he worked him in sparring, and he got embarrassed. I mean, he didn't even come close to winning a round.
Who, Zerto? I thought he won a round.
I mean, he turned Zoda fruity, right? So
I thought he won a round. There was a specific round where Bivol was just hitting the guard. You're not really landing. You're just hitting the guard.
You know what the problem with Bivol is?
Beterbiev will have his moments. Beterbiev will have his moments, but I think overall he's going to get outboxed.
The problem with Bivol is that he throws a lot of punches, but when he throws it, sometimes he doesn't. He throws it like it's autopilot mode. That's why a lot of the shots that he was throwing against Canelo, he was missing. He was throwing it autopilot mode, and then he gets kind of gassed out in the process. I don't know if he's fixed that problem, or maybe he kind of gassed out.
Yeah, I've never seen him gassed out.
Bro, like you guys, when I say gassed out, I don't mean like puffing and puffing, need a fucking bag on the side. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
I think honestly, he's changing what gassed out means. Okay, he's changing what the word means now. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not changing the word. I didn't go in the dictionary and decide to change what the word means, bro. I'm saying gassed out in a sense where he's kind of tired, but he's got to take a breather just a little bit to come back into it. And that's what if that was the case, he would have overwhelmed the shit out of Canelo.
I think he's been so dominant with his left and right, with his fucking jab and his overhand right that he's so dominant with the 1-2, he's never developed a 3-4 good enough where he's confident enough to throw it. I believe he does have a decent 3-4, but it's not as his 1-2 is so good and so dominant, and his footwork is so good.
Actually, he doesn't use the 4; he uses 30.
So many times, like I've seen him have guys in the corner, and his punches, it can be like as an uppercut, hook to the body, and he just doesn't throw it. And that's the one thing about Bivol kind of drives me crazy. And you know what I mean? It's just a little, I'm nitpicking, right? I mean, that's what you do at this level. You got to find nitpicking in something. But there's been punches there for him to take that he doesn't take, whether it's lack of confidence in those punches or he's just so confident what he's doing. Why bother taking the chance? I don't know. But it's been a little thing that it's kind of
Jimmy, what he does is called penduluming. He's using his body weight to go back and forth, swing, back and forth, swing. It takes little tiny steps forward. I saw how his training patterns are and what he does. And all that shit is not going to work with Beterbiev to how it works wrestler because the jab is gonna work in there. A lot of things gonna come from
he throws 1, 2s, and 1s again, and he throws a 1 after to get his range back. So he throws a 1, 2, then a 1, and then he's at range again. That's what he does a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Good call, brother. Yep, exactly.
Everybody thinks that
his feet is unbelievable. His footwork is unbelievable.
Hey guys,
everybody thinks that
balance.
Beterbiev is a power puncher, right-handed guy. He's got a great jab.
Yeah, he has a good jab.
He's got a great left hook. That's what. How do you think he broke down Caleb Smith? He broke him down with the jab.
Yeah.
He fucked this world up with the jab, and then he destroyed him on the
He
ropes.
hurt him with the jab, if I remember. Yeah.
Fucking Canelo and John Ryder whooped his ass. Come on.
Hey guys,
Come on, bro. Let's stop with
for those of you,
Canelo and John Ryder.
Guys,
hold on,
Gypsy. For those of you who weren't here earlier, BDA posted a picture of the ring size. Apparently, it's going to be a very small ring. Do you guys think that's going to be a factor in this fight? Very small ring.
That's a big factor. Yeah, that's a big factor in my opinion. Damn right.
Yeah. What size is it?
We don't know the dimensions, but it's small. It's small.
It looks small.
It looks small, man.
I think it's 6 feet. 6 feet, bro.
18 is the minimum. 22 was considered real large.
Well,
I think 24 is like the largest.
Yeah, exactly. 24 is like a Olympic. 20. They used like 24 in the Olympics. Why those guys look so small? The ring's so huge. But usually, like Billy Joe, remember Billy Joe Saunders changed it to a 22 inch, a 22 foot.
No, he made it a 24. He made it a 24, bro. I'm not kidding.
No, it was 22.
It was a 22.
Oh, it's 22? I heard him say 24. They're not going
to play David also
22. Yeah. He wanted a 24, but they settled on 22.
222.
All right. So Jimmy, are you ready to change your prediction now that the ring's extremely small?
Well, I'd also.
Where's the photo of the ring? Where's the photo?
For me, it's not the ring as much as the padding. How thick will the padding be?
Oh, I'm not in that.
If it's thick padding, then it's going to even benefit Beterbiev even more. Thicker the padding, the worse it is for a mover.
Yeah, but the size outweighs that. If it's a small ring, that outweighs it. If it's that small.
Well, if it's a small ring, but if you have a real tight canvas, like hardly no padding at all, you can just boom, you can dot in and out because you can use the mat, the ring, to actually help bounce you back and forth. But if you have a squishy ring, a squishy canvas, it sucks. It's like running in beach sand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right,
that's what Klitschko used to use, spongy ring, right, for all his opponents.
Exactly. I fucking hate spongy rings. Hate them. I hated them.
Oh, so you're telling me you're a runner?
I used to cheat. My grandfather used to go around and tighten up the ring before I fought because he was he ran the Golden Glove, so he would tighten the ring. He go over, tighten up the fucking canvas for me.
All right,
Jimmy, you're a runner, so you pretty much told us you're a runner.
Guys, look at the picture. Look at the picture. If you can look at the if you look at the live video feed, guys, if you look at the live video feed, I am posting the picture of the ring. I don't know if you can see it, guys. Just click on my icon.
Right, is that a ring for midgets?
I mean, look at that. Look at that.
It's 18, right?
that looks like one of those rings for like midget MMA.
Yeah.
Why isn't it?
VDA, Bucho, keep it up so I can actually see it the live feed because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's a small ring.
No, look at the live feed.
Small. That's probably 18. That's probably 18 or
something.
18, yeah. It does look like 18.
I think they want a knockout.
I don't know. I was thinking about 16. That's what I was thinking.
That's favoring Beterbiev a lot.
Yeah, that. I don't know, man. Let me see this. Look at the size of that guy right there.
Yeah,
right?
look at the reference. Look at that.
And look at the guy in the corner.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the angle that looks that way.
Yeah, that could be 18 to 20. That looks like that could even be a 20.
That looks like a 20, maybe.
20 rather, yeah.
But let me see. Wait. Oh shit! I
went
press it back. Fuck.
It's not that small.
It's not 16. It's not 16.
Yeah,
it's 18.
It's not a 16. Yeah, exactly. It's probably 18, 20, probably. Exactly, brother.
So,
all right.
5, 6. No, it's 20. I'm going off of the writings on the canvas. I'm like, that's probably like 5 feet right there. So I go 5, 5.
It depends. It's the person with the better corner or the person with the better representation. Like you work that into the contract. Like Andre Ward. Like that was his thing. He wanted a fucking ring with no padding. It had to be a certain size. The ropes had to be a certain tension. He wouldn't let fighters use certain gloves. Every possible advantage he made sure he took, or he wouldn't fucking sign the contract. That's why I don't respect over reward.
Top Rank aren't promoting his
What a warrior.
Eddie's one of the promoters, which is he's Bivol's promoter, right? So you'd think he'd favour Bivol.
Yeah, if you're right. No, you're right. If it's Bivol's promoters running it, you would think that he would have.
I mean, if Beterbiev wins, Frank Warren is gonna have another one on Eddie Hearn. I mean, Eddie Hearn's getting.
Frank's not involved. Frank's not involved with Beterbiev, right?
It was his next
Mark
one.
Ramsey.
I will say though, about
Ramsey.
Eddie. Eddie doesn't mind throwing guys into the grinder either.
Well, yeah, he's a slave owner, so you know how that goes.
We come Eddie. What's that dude's name from Django and Chain Candy? Calvin Candy? Eddie Candy?
Yeah.
Hey, did anybody bring any extra hoods? No, nobody brought any goddamn extra hoods.
Does anybody know who? Does anybody know how good Thomas Taylor is as a referee?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's one of the better ones. He's one of the better ones. He did Maxio Russell.
Is he strict or is he like MediaCorp strict or?
He's a guy that
the best referees are the ones you don't notice.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if he lets inside fighting take place. Because if he doesn't, that will favour Bivol as well, right? If he breaks up quite regularly.
He's not a guy that breaks inside fighting. I think he also did Canelo Munguia too.
Hey guys, I compared this fight to Meldrick Taylor against Julio Chavez a little bit. Maybe there's like a connection there, because I think that even if Beterbiev is losing rounds, he needs to put in some hurt on Beterbiev. On Bivol. He needs to hit him anywhere he can. Arms,
I think
shoulders.
Bivol's vulnerable to the body. He stands there with his high guard in front. He moves in and out, but his body's open. And Lyndon Arthur actually hurt him to the body. You go watch that a moment. Bivol was actually hurt.
That's what you just said was pretty much Mirage. What you just said was seal the deal for Bivol. Like it makes me believe even more that he's just gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Okay,
come on.
That's a horrific body shot.
That's it. That's it. It's a wrap.
I dare you.
That's a wrap.
Man, I'm selling the house. I am putting everything on Beterbiev.
Just because of that.
Your money where your mouth is, big mouth. You won't though. You won't.
No, fuck man.
I'm doing it at the casino, not you. What the fuck are you gonna have? What is it? What's it to you?
Okay,
you're gonna have a part of my house.
Show me the slip. Show me the betting.
I'm gonna have to sell the house first, bro. I'm gonna have to sell the house first.
No, you gotta sell your caravan. So you gotta sell your trailer, fucking house.
Hey, Amok, Mirage is talking about
they call mobile
receipts.
homes in Australia. They call them caravans there too.
All right.
So the caravan. I'm gonna sell Mirage's peanuts.
Are you guys giving David credit for taking on a risky fight against Morel?
No, we're not talking about that. Yeah, we don't know yet. Once we
Morel
we're
look
not going. We're not going. No, we're not doing.
Nothing's been finalized. What the fuck?
No, we're not talking about it.
Goggle.
We are not gonna talk about it yet. Until it happens, we'll see. Well, if he takes
Mirage,
credit,
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say
Bucho.
It's signed.
Bucho,
we'll see.
Look, hey Bucho, look, Mirage try to veil his David talk by talking a little bit by he pretended like he knew something about boxing. He tried to say Bivol comes with a high guard, leaves his body open. But David,
but what about David?
That's just no. Seriously, look about bullshit aside. Mirage isn't talking about David Benavidez.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of good points. The kid does know what the fuck.
Don't give him credit. Don't give him credit. Jimmy, do not give him credit. Do not give him credit. Hey, by the way, Gypsy was sweating. Jimmy,
I deserve more credit.
Let me tell you, Mirage.
What the hell is the matter with you, Jimmy?
Mirage was sweating as fuck. He was waiting for that moment to say Benavidez, man. He was holding it in. And then all of a sudden,
yeah, man.
Benavidez. You're gonna give him credit. You're gonna give him credit. Come on.
It's just
Everybody,
like,
every
why,
time
dude?
somebody
Why go
mentions David,
there?
he nuts in his pants, bro. Every time somebody mentions David, just the name David. It doesn't have to be David Benavidez. He nuts in his pants.
Yeah, he starts
No,
clenching
listen,
his butt
Mirage,
cheeks together.
Mirage, we're
Dude.
gonna talk about it.
You
Don't worry.
summon him.
There's gonna be a show where we're gonna talk about that fight if it happens. So right now, let's talk about something else.
There's a fight's happening tomorrow, bro. You know, good one.
Jizz in my pants.
Jamal
Hey,
Charlo's
I'm actually
coming
pumped
back.
up. I'm pumped up.
What's it been, about 3
for the fight
years
tomorrow.
since the last time that fuck guy laced him
Jermel or
up?
Jermal? No.
Jamal, 160. Jamal. Yeah. The one who hasn't fought in like 3 years.
Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal.
Well, he fought. They fought last year, right? When he fought Jose Benavidez,
His
right?
wife.
What? Wait, was he the one that
Oh,
fought
yeah,
Killer?
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
he fought Benavidez at like
Yo,
163.
what I remember
was he the one that fought Killer Plant in the streets and got smacked?
He got bitch slapped,
Was that last year?
and nothing happened.
That was a TKO.
Yeah, because I remember I was at the Crawford Spence weigh-in, wasn't it?
I
That's
do
fucked
this
up.
for
He
the
took
culture
advantage
that
of a
they hate
mentally
on.
challenged individual. He slapped a mentally challenged individual. It's fucked up. He crossed the line. I wouldn't have slapped
Hey,
him.
bro,
He was
they
already
let
far
Rolly get
gone.
in there. They let Rolly get in there, bro. There's no sympathy.
Yeah, no sympathy.
I'm doing this for the culture that they hate on.
Yeah.
Remember that, dude?
You
And
see
then he
what
goes in
happened,
there and
what was that dude's
fucking,
I
and then
mean,
he goes in there and does everything but fight. Oh, that was embarrassing.
Jermel still has a career left. He's still, like, I guess, the legitimate lineal champion.
154.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you shouldn't criticize him too much.
I disagree.
Because, hey,
he's been
you shouldn't
ducking
criticize
Timzu. He should have fought
Jamal too
Timzu.
much because Canelo's probably going to fight him next year. So be careful.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Mel hasn't fucking. There hasn't even been talk about him fighting.
That booty belongs to Canelo. That booty belongs to Canelo, bro.
Yeah, since losing to Canelo, they haven't even talked about him fighting anybody. I mean, that literally, dude, you got paid. You had a dare to get paid moment. It destroyed your fucking reputation, destroyed everything. There's not even talk. Remember, people who were literally talking about Ted Kid as a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter.
Exactly, and I was
And
gonna.
now people,
He disappeared. They took him up to pound for pound off that.
Never sours. I remember you saying that you wanted to see Canelo destroy both Charlo brothers because of all the trash talk that came from their fans. Remember?
Yes. They both. I've heard people say that. Both of them could knock him out. His jab. They have the best jab in boxing. Just the wildest shit. And talking about Canelo's been ducking them since 154, and then all of a sudden he's too big to fight them. When you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't.
Right.
Jermall
can make 168.
Yeah, look, those fights are a long time coming. Jamal's making a comeback.
Why are we talking about this fight?
Don't get mad when that fight gets announced.
Why are we talking about this fight? We talk about Munguia versus possibly the Puerto Rican kid. That's probably better. Berlanga? Yeah. I'd rather see that.
What about the other Puerto Rican? What about the other Puerto Rican kid?
What other one? Which one?
I think his last name's Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
I'm with Never Sober.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
I know in 2016, after fucking Jamal won, Jamal ran in the ring and said, remember, he said, "Where you at, Cinnamon? Where you at?" And then his brother nodded his head. That was 2016. They were calling him out, right? Until Oscar actually sent the fucking contract offer to him, career high payday, and they fucking turned it down. And then Jamal.
What, Jimmy is going to pull him out of the nursing home?
And when the brothers had that falling out, Jamal actually did a live on IG, said, "I would have never turned down that fucking Canelo fight," which put his brother on blast, because for years, Jamal's fan base was saying, that didn't happen. Canelo didn't see, Oscar's lying. And all of a sudden, fucking that theory, bullshit got blown up when fucking his own brother went on an IG live saying, I'm Mel, whatever. I count my money. I would have never turned down that fight like his older brother did. So it blew up fucking his older brother's spot because his fan base was trying to say that didn't happen. It absolutely did. And I'm with Never Sober. They ran their mouth for years.
Bro, you guys want a black and white fight right now.
For years. And all of a sudden, when it was time to fight, oh, what the fuck? They're too small. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Jimmy, you
For
want a black and
years,
white
you guys
crime.
were
That's
saying,
what you want.
No. I just saw for years those motherfuckers called out fucking Canelo, said on every chance they got in front of a mic what they would do to him, how he was slow and lethargic, and they were superior athletes, to jab his face off. They said shit for fucking all the time. Ran their mouth for years what they would do to Canelo, and we saw what would happen. He took one shot, took a knee, and ran the rest of the night. Took Cassie's check and has been, hiding for years.
All right.
You know when he fought that the Armenian guy, Vanis Martirosyan?
His brother's gonna get it
That's
next.
exactly
You're
what he did
next,
to him.
Charlo.
All right, guys, let's move on here from this. Just a reminder, people, please hit the like button. We're at 90 likes. Let's get it to 100. That's just 10 more likes. We can do it. We can do it. By the way, let's talk about something else here. What happens? What do you guys want to see after? What do you want to see the winner of tomorrow's fight do after that? Like fight Benavides. I think Benavides wanted to fight supposedly the winner.
Fight.
Or Canelo.
That would be good. Fight Benavides.
They should move up.
I think if
Uppercut.
Beterbiev wins, he'll move up. I think Bivol will stay if he wins.
No,
Bivol's one of the smallest light heavyweights. He's actually small for the division. Beterbiev will probably move up. The other one, Bivol, will stay where he is.
Yep,
he's not small. He's just not thick boned enough. That's all it is. Because he looked like he was a little bit taller than Arthur. Taller, a little bit kind of wider too, but he's not stronger.
He's on the smaller base. He's on the smaller side.
He's just the weaker base. Just say what it is. He's in the weaker base. The weaker base. That's the name for it. Weaker. That's why he is where he is.
Okay, he's weaker. Who's never fucking lost a fight.
I didn't say he did. You should say the weaker base.
Hey guys,
Look, during the ceremonial weigh-in, Bivol looked bigger than Beterbiev.
Exactly, bro. It's not about the size. It's
all right, guys.
Yeah, but Beterbiev will be 200 pounds by fight. Yeah.
They look about the same size, guys. I don't know where people are getting this whole Bivol small. They're both the same size. They look like they're.
But he's on the smaller side of the heavyweight, the light heavyweights. That's
I know, but Beterbiev is a small heavyweight too, then, because they're both about the same size.
Until they blow, until he puts on over, until he puts weight on overnight, and Beterbiev puts on fucking 25 pounds, and Bivol puts on 10.
Nah, they have similar dimensions.
Beterbiev
Crawford, it's funny, right? Crawford, when he fought Modrinov, and Modrinov's supposed to be the heavier guy, he was actually the smaller guy.
He did
much
smaller.
It's embarrassing, bro. And he almost got beat by that dude. He almost got beat by that dude. Say it, Jimmy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that fight was a draw.
I thought he edged it out. Crawford edged it out.
He went life and death with an inexperienced fighter. Dude.
Don't
That's
say
not
that. You're gonna get the chat's gonna go crazy
he
here.
Wasn't inexperienced. Don't shit on him that much, but it was like a shittier version of what Bivol is. That's what he fought. Like a super shitty version of what Bivol is. That's how you know the caliber.
I think honestly, I think Crawford read his press. I think he had it so easy with Spence. I think that he thought he was that much better than he was. Honestly, I think he got a big head. That's just my opinion. I got nothing to back it up.
Of course,
other than my opinion.
I mean, of course, that was a unification fight, the biggest fight of his career, and he just destroyed Spence. Yeah, his confidence must have been extremely high. Like,
Bucho.
Yes.
But by the way,
he wasn't wearing his Black Force Air once.
It's a good fight. Bowachek and Madrimov, that'll be a good fight, by the way.
Hey, Johnny Thunder,
look, you're expecting Crawford to knock out. Look, Crawford was supposed to... Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Johnny Thunderlips, who do you have, man? Beterbiev or Bivol?
Who are you asking?
Johnny Thunderlips.
I don't know who
barely
that
hear
is.
the guy.
No, yeah. I don't know who you're asking. I can barely hear you, man.
I think that's Rick Starr, but he sounds kind of muffled.
Yeah.
It's Mirage. Mirage.
Oh, Mirage.
There?
Mirage already told us. He gave us his prediction. Yeah, he said Bivol easy. He said Bivol easy decision. He said Bivol easy decision. If Beterbiev wins by knockout, guys,
decision. Don't bullshit. Don't bullshit.
You said easy decision. You fucking said that, man. I even wrote it down.
I said competitive. He's going to beat him in a competitive decision.
You said easy.
It's going to be like 8-4, like a competitive 8-4 decision.
All right.
Bullshit.
All right. Question.
Okay,
Hold on, guys. If Beterbiev, what? No. What?
No, it sounds like a better Bivol. They just made a mistake. It's a better version of Bivol.
Better than Bivol. Better than
beef.
If better Bivol, guys, if better Bivol wins by knockout, who would you rather see him fight next? Canelo or Benavidez?
I wanna see him move up.
Benavidez.
Move up. Okay. Benavidez.
Why are you pretending Canelo would even consider fighting him? Why
are we pretending Benavidez would even survive with Beterbiev?
He couldn't even get past Vosik,
2019?
Man, Beterbiev will send Mirage's favorite fighter to the fucking moon and back.
I wonder who Mirage would pick in that fight. I wonder, man. Mirage, who would you pick?
Well, he's here. Let him speak. Mirage, who do you have?
Benavidez?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Not only
yes.
Yeah. Not only does David beat him, he stops him as well.
Okay.
He'll better Beterbiev.
I mean, let's be real here. Benavidez has been ducking Beterbiev since 2020.
It's David with the slingshot and like David and Goliath. That's how.
There's no slingshot, man.
We'll see. We'll see who laughs last because I've been laughing last.
You almost
I've been
died.
laughing a lot at the Canelo fans, and I'll laugh.
Because you're a maniac.
You almost finished that without stuttering.
But we know Beterbiev's going to get a whole bunch of new fans. All the Benavidez haters, they're going to flock behind their champion. The next guy who's going to beat. Hey,
what's wrong with Mirage?
What do you think?
What is wrong with Mirage?
What do you think David Morrell's
There's
fan
something
base is?
fundamentally wrong with you, dude.
Who do you think Morrell's fan base is?
Your Benavidez is
nobody was even talking about David.
Do you reckon Morrell's fan base? Hey, do you reckon Morrell's fan base is Cuban?
Oh,
do you reckon Morrell's fan base is Cuban? The Canelo fanboys.
Mirage, your Benavidez is number one fan.
Hair follicle. You want it?
He's Canelo brigade. Do you ever shut up? Morrell's whole fan base.
You're fucked in the head,
Okay, guys, this is Butcher. One at a time, guys. One at a time. Guys, hold on. It's Gypsy. One at a time. Hold on.
What did I walk into? One at a time.
Yeah, thank you. There we go. All right, Gypsy, finish sorry. Mirage, finish your point, then we're going to move to somebody else. Go ahead.
In case you haven't noticed, Morrell's fanboys isn't Cubans or anything like that. It's 99% Canelo fanboys, Benavidez haters. That's his fan base. Understand that.
Well, first of all, Benavidez don't even have paying fans.
That's their champion who's going to take out the monster.
Mirage doesn't even buy David Benavidez's fights.
They're going to be praying for Morrell to beat him. Please beat him. Please. They're begging. They're praying. Next month. You don't understand what's going on. You don't get it.
Mirage, you made good points talking about this fight, but when you go to Benavidez, man, you just lose your mind. I mean, I can see what you say. You know what I mean? I can see if you say, no, listen to me, let me finish. I can see if you say, I believe with the young. If you said, if I believe with the younger legs that in a dog fight, I believe Benavidez will outwork him. It'll be there, and it'll take a fucking hard decision. You know what I mean? But to say he'll stop him, I mean, dude, he didn't even stop Gvozdyk.
Yeah, we talked about it. By the way, guys in the chat, Aaron, sorry, I can't pronounce your name, Ireland, he says that, this is the official Canelo fan channel. What do you guys think about that comment? This is the official Canelo fan channel.
100%. 100%.
Viva la Mexico.
That's fine. Thank
you so much, everybody.
The first two fights, we all picked fucking Triple G to win. Almost everybody on the panel. I mean, weird.
I'll be honest, most of us picked Bivol as well.
If you take Mirage,
I think Triple G got robbed in the first fight hard, and the second fight at best was a draw.
If you take Mirage out of the equation, I'll root for David Benavidez. I'll actually root for him against Canelo. But you gotta take Mirage out before that happens.
Well, that's not happening apparently. This guy, he's
I'm just pick Morel. I'm gonna pick Morel right now.
He's stuck to Benavidez's cock, so he's not
Yeah,
gonna
but
go
Jimmy,
anywhere.
Beterbiev comes forward. Gvozdyk moved around the ring. He danced around. Different styles. That's why I think he's going to come towards David. Beterbiev's got poor defense, and David's going to piece him up.
Poor defense. All right. Nightmare. Hold on. Let me just quickly.
He's been dropped by UK bums twice.
All right. Nightmare with a he became.
Even got dropped by.
Hold on, let me just finish this. Nightmare, thank you for your super chat. He says Benavidez pound for pound #1 man. Mirage is so deluded he probably thinks Benavidez knocks out prime George Foreman. Yeah, I agree with you. He's not crazy.
I wouldn't go that far.
All right, go ahead, Madrazos.
No, I'm just saying. I went to the Cow Palace fight. I saw Gavril there, and I go, "Oh yeah, that's the guy that dropped Benavidez." That's right. So I don't know what the fuck Murat's talking about.
Fighting next, by the way. You know your next big star. You guys were pumping
up. You make no fucking sense.
Munguia's fighting Gavril.
You lose your ever fucking loving little mind. You lose your tiny little mind.
Munguia's so popular. He's more popular than David.
Your
he's fighting
tiny little
Gavril
mind gets lost when you start talking about
guys, we ended up talking about Benavidez. We said we weren't gonna do it. We ended up doing it. So let's move on. I mean, can we?
Shame on you guys.
Yeah, shame. Recognize.
What's up, Recognize? Well, I gotta call out his absurdity.
Let's bring in Recognize.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Recognize the Matrix. Recognize. Apparently, the ring size is gonna be. It's very small. I'm gonna show you. If you look at my screen, you're gonna see the ring size. There you go. Do you think this is a small ring? And if so, will it play a factor in tomorrow's fight?
That's kind of small, man.
Yep.
I like it. Beterbiev knockout. Even more confident.
Yeah,
I can see. I'm telling you, man. Beterbiev is gonna. Yeah, I mean, listen. Even before that, I don't know, man. That view looks. How big is the ring? How big is it?
We don't know. Somebody's saying 18 or 20 or 22. Jimmy, what'd you say that ring? What?
I don't know. Listen, I can't say that because of the ring size. I mean, it does play a little bit sometimes. But okay, when Bivol fought Canelo, how big was the ring?
Yeah,
honestly, sorry, I mean to cut you off. Recognize. My honest opinion, looking at that ring, I would venture to say 18 feet.
So it's the smallest, like you said, right, Jimmy?
Yeah. You guys don't know.
Which is definitely on the small. That's on the small side, 100%. The average size is 2022, so it's definitely on the smaller size.
Yeah, I found a source that claiming 18 feet.
I'm wondering what his fights going. How big the rings were going into this fight, like the previous fights of Bivol.
Good question.
You know, I mean, if you do it, I don't. Go ahead.
Why don't you guys Google it or something? That'd be easier to find out than all this.
I know. I'm gonna send the link.
All right.
Why don't you? Right. Mark, what does it say? What does it say in that article?
This is 18.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. I was trying to figure. I was just trying to, go by the people in the ring and kind of figure it out. It looked like an 18 to me.
All right, so Jimmy, now you can change your prediction then.
And I was like, well, I'm not doing it.
No, again, if it's 18 with a tight, like if it's 18, but if it doesn't have a squishy canvas,
right?
You know what I mean? That's still enough room for Bivol to do his thing. So again, if Beterbiev stops him, will I be surprised? Not at all. The fucking guy's never lost. Everybody's ever fought. He's stopped. It's kind of hard to bet against somebody like that, right? He's got 100% knockout ratio, but at the same token, Bivol has the best feet in boxing. Oh, I would say second best. He's the most cautious, put it that way. I would say Inoue has the best feet, but he gets sloppier because he's more aggressive. And sometimes he lets his guard down and he does things because he's trying to be too aggressive. But he's I would say Inoue and Bivol are the two best feet in boxing.
Yeah.
I would say Bivol is better than Inoue because he's never been dropped.
Okay, but
Jesus Christ.
just based on that,
That's all I keep staying away
yeah,
from
but
shots.
Come on, man.
It's never been dropped, bro.
So
It's
what?
never been
Yeah, but
dropped.
he hasn't been moving up in weight divisions, man.
I get it, but like the guys are not that much of a difference in size when he's moving up. But like it is difference, but there's not like huge differences.
In that five weight
I would ask what
classes.
Jimmy's saying.
Yeah.
I know, I respect it, bro, but it's not on the same caliber.
All right, Amok posted. Amok just posted an article by BoxingScene.com. It says Dimitri Bivol not overly concerned about the size of the ring. Of course, he's gonna say that.
That's from July.
That's from July. Oh wow.
Yeah, well,
Or June. I'm sorry. That's from the first time.
Yeah.
but,
you're right.
But the thing is, that's but that because the size of the ring is always a part of every contract, and that's not something they decide like the week of the fight.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, you would assume. So Jimmy,
that's exactly what I was thinking, Jimmy.
So Beterbiev decided this. Obviously, we can assume.
Well, yeah, just because it's June doesn't mean anything. If that was when in the contract,
I know, right? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Bucho, I just connected everything together. I just connected all the dots.
Wow.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, does your brain hurt? Does your brain hurt?
Just listen to me. All right, shut your mouth. Listen to me.
I'll be back.
So you got the Sheik, right? The Sheik is Muslim.
Oh no, I thought about that too, man.
Well,
yeah, they were
Wait, isn't Bivol's Muslim too, right?
No,
he's
like half Korean.
Hold on. He softens Bivol up, right? He softens him up. He said, "Hey, I got great plans for you. I got great plans. I want you to fight Beterbiev, and after Beterbiev, I got other plans for you. Oh, by the way, you got to beat him in an 18-foot ring, though." See
Look,
what he
I
did?
know what you guys are doing here. You're trying to convince Jimmy to choose Beterbiev. Jimmy's made his mind, bro. Just
no, but
just
even
leave him be.
Jimmy said that if for the first 6 rounds, Beterbiev could stop Bivol. I think that's what he said. Correct me if I'm
That's
wrong,
correct.
Jimmy.
That's what Jimmy did.
Yeah.
No, 100%. I would not be surprised. I think that's when his power will be the freshest, and I think if he bum rushes him, but this way, I think if he sees him, he gets him hurt, and he's smart and he jumps on him, I could see him overwhelming him in a rough jumping in and stopping it. Bivol's got a good chin, but I could see him when his power was at its max.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes past 6 and his power starts to wane, I just see that snap in those feet. Because Beterbiev, if there's a knock on him, he's got slow feet, and he's not a quick. His hands aren't very quick.
Mm-hmm.
He's just powerful. You know what I mean?
Once he gets hit one time, you see how them legs work. It's gonna be operable or no? That's the question. Is that
he's a hard guy to hit clean. And remember, he's fought other guys who can punch hard too.
Yeah, but then none of them were as talented or as strategy. Exactly, not as talented as Beterbiev was. That's the problem.
And on top of that, I just noticed most of the people who are predicting Beterbiev by stoppage, they're all talking about latter part of the fight. So they are going against what Jimmy's saying. Interesting.
Do you think that will be an issue for Beterbiev? Because he's been caught quite badly, right? Before. And he's 39 now as well.
I mean,
that could be a factor, right?
I mean, I don't want it to be a factor.
The Marcus Brown fight he had a really bad cut, and I think that's always going to be a factor at his age.
Little Canelo was able to bruise the arms of Bivol. Little
Canelo punches like a fucking truck, though.
How hard does Beterbiev hit? That's what I'm saying. Beterbiev has to hit everything, man.
Yeah. He's gonna hit everything, and he's gonna knock him out, man. He probably headbutt him and finish him at the end.
Yeah, but he may have bruised Bivol's arm, but Bivol was still countering Canelo in round 11 and 12. So what did he do?
You know when he bruised someone's arm, you know why Canelo does that? Is so you can disable your arm, so you won't be able to use it. But he didn't.
I see him hit guys. I don't think he'll hit the arm. I think he'll hit him in the back of the head, if anything.
His shoulder's the best spot, actually. But
I mean,
But,
he's not Rocky Marciano, but he does. I mean, that's not his game plan. Is to like punch you so much in the arms. Well, because remember, you don't have the same amount of rounds like you used to. Like that was Rocky Marciano's game plan, but he was working with 15 rounds. That's a hell of a lot of difference.
Some
You know
people
what I
be
mean?
calling this dude. Some people be calling this dude the Russian Rocky Marciano at this point.
Was it
I'm serious. I'm not even playing.
Edward Charles? Who was it that Rocky Marciano fought? And he said literally could not fucking wash his hair or wash his face for like a month after the fight. Literally couldn't bring his arms up to wash his face. That's how fucking bruised up his arms were.
Look, I think Canelo hits hard, but I think Golovkin obviously hits harder, and this fool hits significantly harder than Golovkin does. So just like imagine this, the tears.
Yeah, well, but he's also 175. It's all relative.
It's harder.
It's all relative.
Yeah, it's relative. Definitely, I agree.
You know who thinks Beterbiev hits hard? Usyk.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Exactly. He's soft in the belly for him.
He said, "Damn, this dude hits hard. I'll take a
Especially
knee.
them kidney punches.
I'll take a knee." That's what he said.
Bro, is it corazon? Is that how they say corazon? Or am I saying it hard? Like corazon.
Who the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, hard.
That's hard, you know?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing up hard?
Yeah, I don't understand. In Spanish, there's no Spanish guy fighting it. We're talking about two Russians. Este
cabrón no tiene corazón.
Yeah. Hey, I was gonna say, is Beterbiev? Is he the hardest puncher since Edwin Valero? Remember Edwin Valero?
Roy Jones thinks that he's the hardest puncher to ever do it in light heavyweight.
I'm not a historian,
I think
so I'm not even know.
Bob Foster might have something to say
somebody
about
brought that up. Yeah, so somebody brought that up, that question. Who would have won, Foster or...
I'm not saying he does. I'm saying Bob Foster did hit hard for light heavyweight.
Yeah, but not Roy Jones. But not Roy Jones. Roy Jones was... I mean, I like here with his resume is pretty thin. I mean, who was he fighting, remember? Clinton Woods or something?
Roy Jones. Roy Jones said that Beterbiev is the hardest.
I thought he said I was the best. Okay.
No.
Oh, yeah. Somebody needs to mute their mic. I think it's Madrazos. No, who is it?
Roy's like a student of the game. I think he followed the history of light heavyweight. So I think he's saying that his conclusion is that Beterbiev. Well, actually, this is how he posed. He said he might be the hardest hitting light heavyweight to ever do it.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not a historian again. By the way, never so please mute your mic.
And he actually started. Usyk actually started boxing late too, which is for boxers. He started at 16 years old, which is actually kind of late for a lot of boxers. He was a soccer player, a world class soccer player. He played on like the top 16-year-olds. Yeah, I know Usyk. Usyk was a soccer player or football again.
He does play with a club, like on his free time. He plays with a club or something like football.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, he's got an education. He's got a bachelor's degree in sports education, and he even says to this day he wants to get his master's after he retires.
He's grounded mentally,
Yep.
Sucks that Ukraine's gonna lose in the war, though. It's horrible to see that Ukraine's losing the war.
They already lost, dude.
We're not gonna get political here. We're not gonna get political here.
Sorry, Renaissance time. Renaissance later on.
Renaissance. Well, not even Renaissance. I think politics is off the menu. What else can we talk about this fight? Anything else we want? Anything else? Not really.
I don't know.
What about the other fights on the card?
One more thing I can think of, but I gotta give me some time. There's one more thing that was about this fight that's interesting.
Why don't you?
On your picks, how many people are like positive on their picks? That's what I'm curious about.
Well,
I'm positive on my pick.
I'm very confident on their pick.
I got Bivol by unanimous decision.
I got Beterbiev. I'm pretty confident Beterbiev is going to win, but He could lose this fight. This is the guy. This dude hasn't lost any rounds.
You said late stoppage, 11th round TKO.
Around 8.
Yeah, that's what I have
Archer
too. But
around
I might think maybe 12th, but I know it's going to be late.
You said 11th.
Got Archer around.
Yeah, I know. I think either that or 12th. But I think
Guys,
multiple
can you
knockdowns
guys?
too. I think once he hurts
Can you
him,
guys?
he'll knock him down over and over again.
Can someone check how many punches that Joe Smith land on those 2 rounds that he ever got the chance to even throw?
What's the why? Why? What
Can
was
someone check that? Because I just want to know. I just
you,
want to know.
you're trying to make a point
Think,
out of that. What do you?
compared to Bivol. No, I'm not trying to make a
the
point.
triangle
Honestly, I'm not
theory.
trying to
That
make a point. I
triangle
wanna
theory.
see.
That somebody already did it, man. Before you jumped on.
The triangle theory would work, but like skill wise, like Joe Smith is Bivol's retarded little cousin. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's light years.
Hey, that's not what they're saying.
The two in skills,
That's
right?
not
No,
what
I'm
I'm
not
saying,
saying
bro.
that's no. I didn't say you, dude. I didn't say you.
I said the
A lot
fight.
of people bring it up.
They have a common opponent, right?
You know, let's be honest. Smith, what he was, when he took out the Polish kid, it was a surprise. He was supposed to be, was it the kid who began his last name from PBC?
Fonfara, no?
Fonfara, yeah. The kid with the Polish kid. He was supposed to be fed to him because he was just a construction worker working full time, and memories knocked him out, and it was like a feel good story, and that's all it really was. He was just, let's be honest, being white didn't hurt. You know, because I mean,
but was that before Hopkins? Was that before the Hopkins fight or after?
That was before the Hopkins fight. Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, it's always funny too when oh man, great white hope, like they get offended. And it was Muhammad Ali said it too. He said, I don't understand why people get upset and say, you know, you can't understand why this country wants fucking try to promote white fighters. You know, especially back then, you know, when Muhammad Ali fought, the country was 85% white. It's like fucking going to Africa and, you know, getting angry that they want to promote a black fighter. It was Muhammad Ali.
Back in those days, a lot of African American fighters dominating, and there was less.
No, they were.
So you know, when you saw one,
it was Muhammad Ali who said.
But I couldn't.
Muhammad Ali was one who said, "Why is everybody getting so upset? Like calling everybody a great white hope?" Like, no, it was a lot of black fighters complaining that certain promoters, if you were a decent white kid, right? Obviously, promoters would bend over backwards to sign you because everybody wanted to fucking promote a white fighter with any chance because they knew in a majority white country that guy would be a star. So it made common sense business-wise to sign that. And it was Muhammad Ali.
Jimmy, remember Baby Joe Messi? Remember Baby Joe Messi?
Oh, yeah.
That was the biggest, like, trying to...
Or Peter McNeil.
No, come on.
Peter
McNeely.
They made the commercial with the pizza box that knocked him out.
Oh, my God. Didn't see that shit. Bro.
After Tyson fought him, Tyson knocked him out in the first round.
Yeah.
And so somebody threw a pizza at him. It was Pizza Hut or whatever, and then Pizza Box knocked him out.
Jesus. All right, guys, we're gonna end the show.
Fight that you guys are not mentioning. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was gonna say something, but.
Right, say it. Say it.
Other fight that Wardley and thing.
Wardley versus Clark.
Wardley.
Frazier. Yeah, Frazier Clark. Yeah, some shit. Yeah. They had a draw in their last fight or some shit, and they're both undefeated. Some shit like that.
That was a good fight. It was a good fight. That was actually the first one.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up.
The MMA guy?
No. What are you talking about, bro? We're about boxing. The same card.
UK guys or some shit like that, right?
Ward. I thought said Woodley. Wasn't that a fucking MMA
Wardley?
guy?
No, that's Wardley.
Because it popped up in my feed, because I follow sports. It popped up that he's making a comeback in MMA, so I just assumed you were talking about, because I know Gypsy, don't you follow MMA?
I don't follow it as much. Just like a little bit. I mean, the only thing I'm following right now is that Brazilian guy, the Alex Pereira, and I'm like looking at highlights. I know he's gonna knock out a lot of these dudes. Up until he gets to heavyweight, he's gonna have problems. Maybe.
He just won 2 weeks ago, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, he's a dominant force, bro. I saw this dude wait before he got into the MMA. I was like, he's gonna be a wrecking machine once he gets in, because I saw him knock the shit out of. I saw the fights with Israel Adesanya, the the black kid. And he put him to sleep so bad.
He
I was
said
like,
the
this
black
is
kid.
Kickboxing, right?
yeah. I mean, what
Yeah,
racist?
kickboxing.
The black kid. The black kid.
The black
The
kid.
black.
And that was in kickboxing, right?
That black kid.
Yeah, it was
That,
Because he was a
you know that
kickboxer.
black kid. Idiot. You know
Yeah.
that black.
He was trying so hard
The-
not to say the
the-
N
Oh,
word.
The
All right.
boy.
I'm hearing that the
boy.
undercard's a pay-per-view.
No,
Nightmare just told me that the undercard is pay-per-view.
no.
Well, that makes
What
sense.
The undercard's
Beterbiev
$20 in America.
Bivol is on the zone.
Can you guys honestly now think about this? Can you believe that they're actually promoting the fucking Cavante Davis, Lamont Roach, another fucking nobody dragged out from a low
Amazing.
weight that nobody on the face of the planet was asking for, putting it on as a pay-per-view?
Not even his
Bro,
fans. Not
I
even
was
his, not even his fans are
$200
defending
for
him.
that
I don't
pay-per-view.
even see Tank Davis fans coming out and defending this shit. This is how bad it is.
I'll pay
It's
$200 for that pay-per-view.
indefensible.
No, it's
Indefensible,
Did you hear that?
dude.
Did you hear that Al Heyman's supposed to be quite seriously ill as well? Apparently, that's a rumor going
Oh
around.
yeah, we've been hearing that for a while now, but maybe it's true. Maybe it's true.
No, I heard the
Charlo
same
tweeted
thing.
it, right? I think Charlo
He's
tweeted
gonna
it.
fake his death.
His mother passed away, and they said the rumor he was.
He doesn't have to pay nobody.
They said his mother passed away, which he was close with, and they said the reason why he was away from boxing for 6 months was a ghost, was because he took his mother's passing so hard, which it seemed awful odd for a man in his 60s.
But is that the
you know what I mean? It
reason?
wasn't like she was a young woman.
Right, but is this what?
Now people are saying it was because he has cancer and he was going through chemo.
But is that to justify the way the PBC is going, the route is taking, or the route is taking, or what's going on?
PBC is a fucking joke, an absolute joke. Al Heyman, like the tweet Heyman I just put out today, has done more to ruin North American boxing than any man alive. He's done it so bad. It's such a disgraceful job he's done. It's almost like he's done it on purpose, which makes sense because in 2005, he told the guy at HBO Boxing that he can't stand the sport of boxing. He hates what it did to his brother Bobby, and fucking, it's just weird that he wanted to take it over. And
Yeah,
Bro,
can
at
say,
this point,
how
it's
can you
not
say in a straight
Heyman, man.
face?
At this
How
point,
can you
it's
say
not
in a
Al
straight
Heyman.
face, Nick Booker?
So what, Gypsy?
What?
It's not Al Heyman at this point. At this point, it's not Al Heyman. You can't blame it on Al Heyman. This motherfucker is a bitch. He's supposed to fight Vasquez, whatever his name is, the El Rayo.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He's supposed to fight El Rayo, bro. He's supposed to do that's this next challenge or Teofimo Lopez.
What do you mean? They're in two different weight.
but
They're in
even-
two different weight classes. What do you
Well,
mean?
he can move up.
It doesn't matter. You can still fight him. Bro.
Yeah,
They're in
he's
two
trying to
different weight
drag
classes.
Rayo
What are you
down
talking
to
about?
135.
140?
Yeah, he's trying to drag him back down. That was part of the contract.
He's a bitch, man. He's trying to
But
avoid
at
fights.
the same
It's
time,
not
guys,
Al
let's be
Heyman's
honest.
fault.
They're all bitches in the 135, 140. Teofimo was talking about Terence Crawford, I believe. Like, that fight is not going to happen. Like, Crawford's already at 154. So why
He
is
should be fighting a
Because
Jack.
listen,
Yeah,
also,
Teofimo's just trying to get out of his contract.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah.
And I think, was it Never Sober who mentioned it? Somebody mentioned it. They were 100% right on one of the last shows. That the Lomachenko thing, I know it's out there like Davis's fans make it sound like Davis offered him a fight. Lomachenko said no, walked away. That's not what happened. They were going back and forth. This was reported on for 2 months. And every single time Lomachenko said, yeah, that's fine, they would change the contract. Now we want this, we want that. And then they wanted 50% of his guaranteed purse up front. His first, he said he wanted $50 million. So that's where they started working back from. $50 million. So Lomachenko said, you know what? Fuck off. I'm not even dealing with your shit. I'm not going through this. And Davis is notorious. We saw it with fucking, remember how many times they reported the Garcia fight was about to be signed, right? Any moment now. And months went on because he kept changing. His people kept changing shit. Oh, if you don't take it, I'm going to pull out of the fight. Lomachenko said, nah, this country's already fucking bent me over with the Haney fight. I'm done. He walked away. But I know his fans like to say, oh, he fucking just bailed. No, he bailed on his bullshit negotiations because he knew at the end of the day, they weren't going to make the fight. This is all just bullshit. And Lomachenko just walked the fuck away. But like guys like Dan Carboni or whatever that clown's name is, who writes about, well, Loma, he has to fight Roach because Lomo didn't want to fight him, although he's coming back to fight someone else, which is odd.
Yeah,
leaving out the fact that for 7 years, Davis straight ducked
Jimmy, they're trying to get they're trying to get interviews with Tank Davis. They're trying to be friends with that guy. That's obvious, Well,
that's actually what he said. One of his tweets. Remember, made a friend today. Who the fuck says something like that?
Okay, there you go.
Who meets a fighter?
You're
if
my
you're a
friend.
If you're a legit,
you're my
if
friend.
you're a legit
so,
journalist.
I mean, Jimmy, is he gonna be biased or not at this point now? I mean, he's his friend.
Exactly. He's such a fucking clown. Like, even Larry Merchant would say, no, I don't call these guys by their first name because I don't want to be friends with them.
It's my brother.
It's not my job to be these guys' friends. Yeah, I made a friend today. And he would put out tweets like in the midst of Wilder, in the height of his lies and his bullshit after he got beat up about the fucking, Glovegate. He put out, instead of him addressing that and saying, what Wilder's doing is bad for boxing and he's hurting his career, he puts out, boxing's better with Wilder in it.
All right.
He puts out these goofy little clips.
Yeah. So, Jimmy, okay, so we have Shakur. No, I don't know what he's doing. What's the plan with Shakur at this point? He got injured, so I guess he's going to just be on the sidelines. Tank is fighting Lamont Roach. Teofimo Lopez, apparently he's trying to get out of his contract. Devin Haney's taking.
Can we stop?
Devin Haney is trying to get taking Ryan Garcia to court, but it doesn't seem like he wants a rematch, which is what he should be looking for, a rematch to redeem himself. I mean, he can go
because he knows that Ostrigen thing is a joke. I don't give a fuck. That wasn't what knocked him out.
Exactly.
It was Garcia's fucking speed and power is what beat him up. And he was already mentally lost. He was already mentally beat up from that Lomachenko fight. Because make no mistake, when he was home alone at night, putting his head on his pillow, he knows he got outboxed in every facet by a little guy.
So Jimmy, what's
the
point?
A little white boy he would never lose to.
Oh yeah, no, he lost
who's
a
Jack
fight.
Catterall gonna fight, man? Forget these clowns. These are all fucking prima donna bitches.
Catterall, who's he fighting?
Jack Catterall.
Wait,
that's
he was
the
fighting.
only legit,
straight
face.
Catterall's fighting Prograis. He's fighting Prograis in 3 weeks.
Right.
Honestly,
That'd be worth watching.
That's a good fight.
Did you shine off Lomachenko, Shakur, and all those guys to talk about Jack Catterall?
Yeah, Jack
You're
Catterall.
right.
He's supposed to be undisputed.
He's
the real champion at 140.
If you think about it, he's a lineal champion, but I don't know, man. I think that has to do more with.
That's the Gypsy King is a little different. He's a little different.
But that has to do. Let's be honest. Doesn't that have to do more with Josh Taylor being finished? Basically, I mean, come on.
He was spent.
He beat him twice, to be honest.
Yeah, he beat him twice.
Who's the guy that dropped Taylor? Was it Tio?
Jimmy and Bucho. Jimmy and Bucho. I'm done talking about Beterbiev and Bivol. Let's talk about Jack Catterall. Who's he fighting?
Yeah, you're right, man. What
that's more interesting to me. If you're talking about 140,
where are you dragging us?
I'm dragging you into who the actual champion is and who should be respected more than these clowns. I mean,
some people
keep talking about I'm fighting this and that, but never fighting. Nobody.
You might have a
this
point.
Guy, he should be undisputed. He was robbed.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Straight up.
You do have a point. He is a lineal champion.
I want to see Jack Catterall fight Liam Paro. That's what I want to see him fight.
That's a
good fight. I want to see that. That's a good fight.
Yeah.
No, so Liam Paro is fighting Richardson Hitchens as in Puerto Rico, right? Next.
I don't know. Okay.
Damn, Liam Paro.
He's going after all the Puerto Ricans.
Hey, can we talk how fucking this is disgusting, and I think it's typical PBC. How Fulton, who looked terrible in his last outing, which doesn't obviously makes sense because he got absolutely fucking just beat up, get a boxing lesson given to him by Inoue, who's only talked about because he's a Japanese fella. But of course, that's what he said.
Oriental.
And
Oriental. Are you talking about his second Gibb decision?
Such terrible, fucking horrific, disgusting, racist shit about him. And here's the best part. Everybody wants to know why he won't come back to the United States to fight. Oh, I don't know. Let me give you fucking about 10 million reasons why. Because he makes fucking truckloads full of money when he fights in Japan. Or come and fight in the United States where fucking half the fucking boxing fandom says racist, terrible shit about you. Don't give you any credit for anything you do, and you're not going to fill. I mean,
Jimmy Inoue doesn't give a shit about all any of this, so we know.
55,000 seats. He sold out in fucking 5 hours.
Exactly.
In Japan.
The superstar.
55,000 seats. Fucking exactly.
55,001 because I was there.
Yeah.
Well, Nick Ball's about to beat
Sanchez, a kid I follow on Twitter actually flew there, man. He took all the pictures and shit, man. I give that kid credit, man. Took an 18-hour fucking flight to go. Yeah, he went to that Inoue fight against Fulton.
Well, Fulton's about to get beat up by Nick Ball. That's his mandatory now, right?
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, no, he just ducked his mandatory. I don't know if you heard. You know what fight they're making right now? They just kind of semi-announced a fight that everybody was clamoring for. Fulton Figueroa 2. And check this out. It's going to be fucking on as a pay-per-view.
Oh my god, not pay-per-view. Boy, it's on another card or something, right? Undercard.
It's going to be next year. No, the headline as a pay-per-view.
Brandon Figueroa is going to fuck him up, bro.
Fuck.
Imagine that. Listen, when it comes down to this, you have a fucking organization that no longer has Showtime's $50 million a year budget.
Yeah.
So they're literally, this is crowd-funded boxing. That's when everything's put on behind a paywall, it's complete crowdfunding, meaning he needs the fans to literally finance these fights.
Jimmy, what happened to Espinosa?
He's still running PBC.
He's
been hired full time. Remember, I was the first person. But he won the whole show over there. Him and Tom Brown. Remember, I said it was last year when I said. Remember, I said the rumor. I said, you guys want to hear a rumor I heard? Espinosa was hired on as the PBC since he got fired from Showtime. He's been hired as a consultant. That's exactly the word I used. That was before it was anybody talked about it in the press. And next thing you know, they came out with it. And then he said, "Yeah, I'm not really, working per se. I'm just kind of bridging the gap." He's actually the guy who got the deal done with Paramount with his connections. With the Amazon, whatever. But Amazon's not giving them any money. So it's just all it is streaming. All it is a streaming deal. And fucking my guy fucking down under, you owe me a fucking apology because you told me I was full of shit. It was a fucking money involved. Remember sorry, but
Mirage.
He was telling me, just telling me, there was money involved and they're getting money and it's not just a fucking streaming deal.
Jimmy, stop holding grudges. Let it go.
That's holding grudges, man, but no, he went at me hard about
he's
that.
Mentally,
well, fuck you know that.
He's mentally challenged.
And I said, dude, I read the fucking contract that was put out. It said that in writing that there was no money involved. But I don't know, for some reason you believe me. But that's the reason why everything's being. Remember, it was supposed to be 12 fights this year, 2024. Supposed to be 12 fights, 6 pay-per-views and 6 off. Yeah, they said a minimum of 12 fights, 6 pay-per-views and 6 off pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's been only one that wasn't on pay-per-view.
Hey, Gypsy, it took you a while to come back around after your boy Fury lost.
We talked about it. We talked about
What's
it.
up?
We talked about
What
it.
did you say? Yeah, I went on a hiatus, bro. I had to go find God, bro. Like I had to do all these things because they said like I was gonna go kill myself or something.
But I remember. Now I remember Gypsy was there after the fight for 2-3 shows, I believe, and then he disappeared. So it's not like he didn't show up.
bro. Like, what am I gonna do? Come here and get a shit ton of shit, bro? Like, what?
Gypsy, listen, Gypsy, you have Gypsy, you have.
I got worried when you started ignoring I started getting worried when you were ignoring my DMs, man. I was like, what's going on?
Like, listen, bro. If you're a fine ass bitch, I would never ignore your DMs.
They were nice DMs.
So you're saying you're
and can I say for the record that UK level fighter Nick Ball would knock fucking Stephen Fulton the fuck out. That's why he's got a mandatory right now to fight Nick Ball, and he's ducking it to fucking fight fucking Figueroa.
That last fight that he had, he got a gift decision.
That's what everybody says. I didn't even see it, brother, but everybody says it was a gift.
Brandon,
Everybody
that's
said he
a
was lucky to
second gift
win.
decision.
Brandon Figueroa is gonna beat him up. You watch.
Well,
Yeah, I agree.
Fulton's virginity has been taken, just like Fury's.
Can I ask any of you guys? Has any of you guys been like clamoring for that fight? Has anybody been like going, "Oh, I can't wait to see fucking Figueroa Fulton too"? Like no,
like what's at stake? A rematch or something? Like revenge?
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they gonna rob him again, or what are they gonna do?
I just can't. And they're gonna put it behind a paywall. Imagine how
Honestly,
bad
he
that
looked
fight's
like
gonna
shit
sell.
the first time.
Well, Jimmy,
that's why I say he's gonna beat him up this time around.
They're
He's gonna
gonna-
beat him up this time.
And they're gonna try to sell it to Mexicans and make Mexicans against the American or something like that, which.
Which you guys should all boycott.
Isn't Figueroa the WBC mandatory?
It sells around
Isn't he the mandatory?
19,000 pay-per-views.
Yeah,
Is Figueroa not
probably.
the WBC mandatory?
What's that, brother?
Isn't Figueroa the WBC mando? I thought he's the mandatory for.
I don't know. I know that Fulton was Nick Ball's mandatory, and I think Nick would have
Hey,
knocked his
Jimmy, where are
fucking head off.
PBC getting the money to pay Canelo $40 million a fight?
Financiers. That's easy. That's get people. Yeah, they get
I
people.
thought they were broke. I thought they were broke. Were you saying they were broke?
They are broke, dude. Wait, didn't we just establish that? They're putting fucking Fulton Figueroa on as a pay-per-view.
We have no
They're
money.
putting
They're also putting on Canelo versus Belanga,
Davis
and they're
on.
paying him.
Listen, no, Davis, fucking Lamont Roach on is a pay-per-view. They haven't been able to put on one show all year. All those shows, they promised minimum of 6 fights on Amazon this year. Not
Where are
one.
they getting the money to pay Canelo? I just want to know, where are they getting the money to pay Canelo?
But Canelo's their contract's already over with.
Are they getting
That
bank loans or
contract's already
something?
over
What's
with.
happening?
Mirage, if they had
Well, not
money, they'd be
backwards.
putting on more shows. If they had the money to put, they don't have any money for anything.
Where are they getting the money to pay Canelo? I'm waiting for an answer.
By
You know who's gonna pay
They
for
got
this?
a money tree.
All the fans.
Does our Heyman have a money tree in the
You
backyard?
have to go to a benefactor and find somebody to finance.
Do you understand how finance works? You understand how fucking you understand how you go to
No,
Wall
they're gonna
Street?
get
Explain,
you
where do they get the money?
financiers?
Explain it to me. Where do they get the money to pay
Listen,
for Canelo?
Canelo's fighting. There's gonna
Didn't
be
I just
people.
say?
Yeah, just forget it.
I
No,
thought they were
Hedge
going to go
funds.
broke. When are they going
Hedge
to go
funds.
broke, Jimmy? You said they're going to go
This
broke.
way, listen this way. My
Oh, my
wife's
God.
first cousin, right, who I can't stand.
I'm
right?
not interested
He
in
has
your
a-
wife.
he-
Tell me how they
he
get the
runs
money.
he runs a hedge fund that has $750 million in it right now. Him and 4 friends looking to invest into something. They get people like
Exactly.
that, and they just invest into the fight. And they say, "Listen, you put up $40 million now. We will give you back 20% over fucking your money." Canelo is a guaranteed
It's
draw.
Canelo. It's
It's guaranteed to
Canelo.
make you money. It's Canelo.
It's not
easy to get
Fulton. It's not
financing.
Charlo. It's not Jermel Charlo that's fighting. It's Canelo. So there's an upside.
Canelo.
Canelo
They
just
get,
like
they get
Crawford and
financing. Amazon,
And they're gonna go
Amazon
broke.
Prime is not giving them a dime. That's why there has been no fights on. None, not
You
one.
don't know though. You don't. You
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
Oh, okay. You don't know, Jimmy. Jimmy, you don't know.
Mirage. We're
Jimmy,
in October. We're in
they are
October. We're
saving
10
money,
months into
though.
the year.
It's so,
They haven't had any fights.
When would you start putting fights on? What'd you say? For
Jimmy, they are saving money though using
2024.
Amazon, and they still don't have pay-per-views. That's the sad part.
Do you guys
Wait,
agree that
versus-
Canelo should fight? Do you guys agree that Canelo should fight Terence Crawford for his last fight and just go say goodbye
No.
because he's
No.
looking like trash?
No.
No, slowly.
Looking like
No.
trash.
Why?
No,
Well,
that
who
fight's-
should he fight?
I don't,
Yeah,
I
he's
don't,
gotta
I don't
slow
want to
down,
see
bro.
that fight.
What is he gonna?
That's
Who's
not
gonna
a fair
fight?
fight.
I think this is
I don't
Benavides.
want to see him fight Crawford. That's,
I
You
want
like
to see him beat
Crawford.
up
another-
Benavides. I want to see Canelo fight
That
Benavides.
kid, but
Fighting
I mean,
Hamza
listen,
Sharez.
if the person is,
Hamza
Sharez. And the people that say this was a Canelo fanboy fight channel, every one of us on this panel absolutely eviscerated that fucking Belanga fight. I didn't buy it. I didn't watch it. I had no interest in it. It was a joke. I said it was
I
a
watched
joke from the
it. I
beginning.
didn't buy it,
I
though.
denounced it. I said that fight sucks. It's an absolute give me fight, and it sucks. And by the way, he didn't
It
get
didn't
$40
suck.
million
It was good.
up front for that fight.
It didn't
At
suck.
all.
It was good actually, though. It wasn't. It didn't suck because of what Berlinga did. He was resilient
He
enough.
just should have been
It
watching.
was repetitive.
Canelo got a fraction of the money he was paid in the past.
Oh wow!
You know how much Canelo's getting
Because
paid
it's
as
not
well.
Munguia.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Is there a website where I can see Canelo's bank accounts?
He took a hell of
You
an
got the
ass
link,
whipping.
Jimmy?
I know he took an ass whooping, but that's a Puerto Rican. But man, you should be defending Puerto Ricans. Aren't
Did
you
you
Puerto
see the
Rican
news reports yesterday? Frank Warren said
Then
Canelo
defend
offered
him.
to fight
I'm
Hamza.
defend.
Dude, shut up.
I'm gonna defend that Puerto Ricans could take a hell of an ass whipping. Really? Okay.
Canelo offered to fight Hamza Sherez.
Puerto Ricans take a hell of an ass.
That fight, but I'm just saying. Somebody said we were a Canelo fanboy. We eviscerated that fight. I said that fight's a joke. I said at this point, Canelo should just retire if this is the type of fights he's going to fight in.
Well, not if you get paid that much
if he's
money,
gonna
Jimmy.
retire, might as well beat the shit out of Crawford after he retires. Think about it.
Getting paid too much money though. It's just
get Crawford's ego in check.
It's just know what it is. At this point,
What do you mean? Mad Rim Job put his ego on.
They're trying to wring every last dollar out of his
We gotta
name.
really put it in check, bro. We gotta beat him
Did
down.
anybody think Berlanga had even an outside chance? What were the odds? The Vegas odds, were they 18-1 or something? That's disgusting.
I don't think anybody gave Berlanga a chance. But what I said was, I think Berlanga. I wouldn't surprise me if he gets to 12 because he looks like he's gritty enough to survive. Run, do whatever he needs to do to survive. But he made it kind of challenging.
I'm a Canelo fan. I'm a Canelo fan, but I had zero respect for him for that fight. I was pissed that he took that fight. Pissed. Should have never taken that fight. He doesn't need the money.
Hopefully, that was the best option at the time, though, Jimmy.
Hopefully Benavidez can go back down to 168 and make that fight happen.
Yeah.
Because he already was the 168.
No, because
so now he's going to go back down.
we all know we all know that Benavidez cannot.
Exactly, Jonathan.
We all know Benavidez cannot handle the light heavyweights. We saw it against Volzik. He's not a light heavyweight. He looked terrible in that fight.
You mean when he beat a former lineal champion?
Yeah,
that means he cannot handle it?
He's supposed to be the monster. I mean, let's just put it this way. Let's just put it this way. He didn't look like the monster against a 38-year-old.
And let's be honest. Right after the fight, what did he say at the press conference? I'm going back to 168.
Of course.
Prior to the fight, he said, I'm going to dominate 175.
Jimmy.
After the fight, he said, I'm going back down to 168.
Said that in addition Jimmy, he said that in addition to 6 excuses about injuries, his ribs, his toe or whatever, his foot, something like 6 excuses. And then he said, I'm going back down in weight. So
what happened? David Slingshot broke?
I think so. All right, guys.
Well, I know he was Canelo's mandatory, but yet he never that fight was never mandated.
Yeah. All right.
I just want to know how come the commentators were being biased, saying that he was making his debut at 175 when that's fucking bullshit.
Well, listen, that he should go back down.
Yeah.
And fight Canelo, or if he's gonna stay at 175. Do something great. You got to do something great. Beat Morrell.
At this point, Canelo will get his ass beat up by Benavidez.
Fight the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev. Fight those guys.
All right, guys, we're going to end the show. It's been 3 hours, more than 3 hours, so we're going to move almost 3 hours. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining the show. We will have okay, I'll talk to the people on YouTube later. Thank you for being on the show, all right? See ya.
All right.
See ya.
Au revoir.
All right, everybody on YouTube, thank you for being on the show. Everybody who super chatted, thank you as well. And the way it's going to work is tomorrow we might have a post-fight show if something crazy happens. If not, we'll have the post-fight show on Sunday. So that's how it's going to work. All right. So stay tuned for that. Join the BDA Discord if you haven't, so we can talk. So what we do usually when the fights happens, we're all chatting in there so we can share our thoughts of what's happening in the fight. Anything else? Hit the like button and have a good night. See you.
I'm going to bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's got to be biblical.